Hello? Hello, folks. Good evening. Ian? This is not... Why is this not working? Is it reset? No, it's working. I think it's working. Why is that not working? Odd. It seems to have worked, but still. Interesting. Hello, folks. Good evening. Welcome to Saturday. Welcome to another weekend. Another little bit of Triangle Strategy. I hope your week was good. Hope you had a fun week. Sorry I couldn't be here on yesterday. I had family over. And it's kind of tricky to stream with people over because my setup is in the living room. So it kind of gets in the way. But yeah, it was fun. Hope you had a nice time yesterday. Hope you weren't too disappointed. I know that Beric specifically ended up waking up in time for my stream and then wasn't streaming. But I did tell you way in advance. And I just put out my Wandering Village video. Put it out for the second time because the first time I put on the wrong bloody file, which had like no game sound whatsoever, and I like that game sound for that game. So I specifically went back and uploaded the correct version so that we can actually enjoy the game sound of what is a fine little game. Stretch and crack all the bones. Now carry on with Triangle Strategy. Let's move over to this. Jesus, it's loud. That game is the music for this is way too high. So yeah, last time in Triangle Strategy we did Frederica's ending. We've done the Golden Route ending, so we did Frederica's ending. Hey, Bosk! Good evening. Yeah, so we did Frederica's ending last time, which was basically free the Roselle, and then flip off the entirety of Norzelia and say, screw you guys, we're going to go south to deal with Centralia. And we managed to escape. Unfortunately, Cyrano dies in the process. He dies holding off Eudor at the very end. And the Rosellans and the core group basically leave Norzelia, go to Centralia, find whatever they need to find. Norzelia descends into war like we all knew it would. Basically, Norzelia essentially burns in war, and then I think essentially only Hyzand and Esfrost are left, and Benedict joins up with Gustadolf, much like Benedict wants to do in Benedict's ending, and basically becomes a schemer for Gustadolf. But Gustadolf also is well aware that that basically Benedict isn't to be trusted. So basically, it's a bittersweet ending. Like, I don't mind like Cyrano dying in the end of the ending, or Norzelia goes down in flames, because we knew we were signing up for that. Norzelia going down in flames, we were signing up for that, and it's a good story beat. The Cyrano's bit is a good story beat. The Benedict bit after that feels a bit unnecessary and tacked on, like it's a bit of a bad ending. So we're gonna find out now what happens if you go to the Benedict place, because if I was gonna rate the three endings based on my impression of what they should have been, it goes Frederica would be the best ending, followed by Benedict's, followed by Roland's disaster of a choice. I have 3 weeks before I start Pathfinder, although I have this horrible feeling that the last Saturday I won't be around. I think Saturday the 24th I'm busy. So if you can do it in 2 Saturdays, it's fine. If I don't do it in 2 Saturdays, I'll stream on the 25th or something. So I want to finish all the endings now. Now that we have the opportunity to do so, I want to finish all the endings before I start Pathfinder, so we can say that we've seen all the endings. We haven't seen all the choices, because there's a lot of choices in the middle that we haven't seen, but I want to just try out all the endings. Okay, so let's calm down with this massively overhyped music, and let's pick our ending. So we pick, we go down, we pick, if griefs could passions move, right? Yeah, because that is... I think One last request is Golden Ending route. I think Holdfast to Courage is Frederica's route. So, yeah, we're loading if critical questions move. We're going to get Benedict's ending. Yeah. And see. Well, we managed to basically. We tried to get Frederica's ending the first time and we ended up lucking into Benedict's. So we shall do it regardless. Yep, it is the choice. Want to save the screen? No, thanks. We're good. We can proceed. We've saved. We've seen this several times. We might skip a little bit of the actual conversations that happen here. I'll skip this one here. This is basically everyone putting their points forward. I'll just fast forward it rather than skipping it. Basically, Roland wants to give it to Hyzant, the idiot. Benedict wants to ally with Estros to take on Hyzant, and Frederica wants to free the Roselle because no one else does. No one else is even thinking about the Roselle. It's not that she's like saying. It doesn't necessarily start that she wants to abandon the Roselia, but given the fact that nobody else wants to help the Roselle, she's like, well, I'm going to help Roselle then. And if you go for this one, skills will guide us. If you go for Benedict's one, Roland pisses off because Roland is consumed with vengeance. The need for vengeance against Gustadolf, so Roland will not join us. But we join Estros. Again, which is what we do in the Golden Ending anyway, but I think in the Golden Ending we specifically join up with Svarog, not Gustadolf. 1 second, let me just move the mic. There we go. Right, though we take the may well open a rift between us, nevertheless it must proceed, and I am prepared to accept its outcome. I'll have a quick chat with these two. Blah blah blah. We specifically do that one first. Since we're going to go the Liberty route, we'll go for these two as well. We haven't seen these ones yet. I have time to think about it, my lord. But of course, the path before me diverges as well, and I must also take time to think about me before making a decision. Let us both choose a path that leaves us with no regrets. Thank you, Lord Cyrano. It is an honor to call you my lord. Good. And we're going to specifically go over here, and we're gonna go with Benedict this time. I believe that Benedict plans to use Estros' ideals of freedom to ascend to the top of all Norzelia. Which does feel like it means we're saying that Benedict is going to like usurp us, but he's not the type. I don't think, anyway. To join forces with the Duchy not only to survive, but to prepare for the final stage of his plan. I think it is a strategy that no ordinary tactician would come up with. I would most certainly not want him as my enemy. Thankfully for us, he is House Wolford's most loyal retainer. Indeed he is. Makes me wonder if everything he has done is simply for the sake of the house, or something more. Everyone's choices are simply deeply rooted in their convictions. It makes me wonder if they'll be able to abide by the Scale's decision. Lord Cyrano, it will fall to you to lead everyone down the right path. Of course, I wish for all of us to walk astride the same path, as we always have. Which is of course not going to be possible. Right. Let's start. Benedict's choice.
What do you need? Well...
Let's go for... I agree with Benedict's strategy. Pray tell me, what drives you to embrace Benedict's strategy? Any concession to Hyzant is like as not to result in the theft of our kingdom in the name of their perverse sense of equality. Perhaps. The contribution of our domain and the crystals, coupled with the fall of Esfrost, should win us unfathomable esteem in their eyes.
Well,
though the faintly Seven controlled assault and thought nothing of oppressing the Roselle to maintain their hold on power. So yes, I see little reason why they would look kindly upon recent converts such as ourselves making such an entrance. And all the while we would know the truth, that the goddess's teachings are a lie.
I don't know.
Precisely. We would meet a swift end indeed, were they to find out that we know. Yes, there are plenty of reasons to strike them down now. What outcome do you foresee? That the people of Glenbrook will be treated no better than the Roselle under Hyzant's rule.
I wonder about that.
On what grounds? Glenbrook is a kingdom of unbelievers, and we cannot guarantee every last one of our subjects will take up the goddess's teachings. Are you not taking a rather dim view of all this? I think nearly all of them will.
But...
Or at least feign that they have. That is the cost of living in peace and harmony. Perhaps they are as flexible and resilient as you say. I should certainly like to believe so. They are, for better and worse. Useless as it is to tell you now, you needn't worry about the people. Rather, I fear they are too pliable, and will learn to hate the Roselle ere long. Didn't quite work. I'm actually curious what would happen if I didn't even try to convince anyone. If I went straight to the scales. Oh, we've got a moment now. Before we actually go for the actual proper decision, let's quickly just reload this. If Greaves Compassion's move. And just try. If you go straight immediately for the decision and leave everyone undecided, what path do we come out of? If it's based solely on our decisions so far, it should be Frederica, but I'm not sure. I don't know. Right, we'll skip all this because we just did it. Skip, thank you. And we skip. Can we skip this? Or... yeah, we can't skip this. We'll just fast forward to the decision. The scales will guide us.
We all must consult.
Right. I'm not even going to bother talking to the people first because, frankly, I'm just curious. What happens if you go straight to the decisions? We haven't talked to anyone. We haven't bothered. We're saying just vote on your own. Your own. What's the word I'm looking for?
It is time
discretion.
To
Vote at your own discretion. What happens here? They vote intentionally. Now, what does everyone here do? Okay, everyone's voting exactly without any comment. What would be the result? Benedict. Straightforward Benedict. Huh. I'm going to go back because I want to hear the conversations we have to do to persuade people. But it's interesting. Again, it would be the sensible choice. Like, genuinely. I can see everyone else. They vote kind of how I would expect them to vote, I suppose. Huette stands by Roland because she is Kingsguard. Eridor stands with Benedict. So does Anna stands with Benedict. And Gila goes like, well, wants to see Hyzant downed, and everyone thinks that Frederica's goal vision is maybe too lofty. That her goal is too unrealistic. Basically freeing the Roselle from right under Hyzant's nose and then fleeing Norzelia in its entirety. That's maybe a bit too extreme for them, for their purposes. So it makes sense that they would vote this way. Like, I'm going to go back and see if I can get everyone on side because it's important. But that's interesting. I'm not even going to bother wait, because we know what happens at this point. I'm just going to go back and let's just go back and start this from scratch. It's going to take less time than it's going to go to than to basically wait for the conversations to go to the next point where I can actually pause. We'll just pick it this way. But that's interesting. Definitely wasn't expecting that. Come on, skip. Cryware, yep, Cryware is using everything. It's one of those things that, like, I know it's using everything, and I know it's middleware of some kind, but Christ knows if I know. Lord alone knows what it actually does. If Griefs could Passions move, which I still love as a chapter title. Still also amuses me that the first words of the theme song are literally triangle strategy. Words that don't actually make any sense. Save screen, no. Proceed, yes. Alright, skip. And now we see what we can do. And blah 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 blah. Scales will guide us.
We all must consult.
Yep.
Such.
We all must consult the scales. Right, let me go here. Nice chat with you. We'll pick that one, which is the Liberty choice. We pick the Benedict one, which I think is the Liberty choice as well, but it's still interesting because again it is a swap. Frederica has been morality the entire game, and Benedict has been utility the entire game until now, until Benedict is now Liberty, and Roland has been Liberty the entire game and is now utility. Right, let's try Gila again.
What do you...
I think the first choice was the correct choice. I don't think the second one was. It was Hyzant, blah blah blah. Provided we have the salt crystals and the death knell in hand, victory shall be ours. Which is how this works in the Golden Root, of course.
Well...
I agree. Brief outbursts of conflict are inevitable so long as Hyzant retains its grip on the salt supplies. And so, as long as the goddess's shield stands, the Holy State will win any protracted war by attrition. As they have always done. Thank you, children outside. Just as you say, the salt crystals and the death knell give us an advantage, which we can compound if we can cut off their iron supply.
Possibly.
Benedict proves himself a master strategist yet again. I can find few flaws with it. Yes, we got you.
However...
Here we stand at a bitter fight to reclaim the Crown City, blah 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 blah. I agree with Benedict's strategy. Ah! You actually are slightly resistant to this strategy, which probably explains why you vote for Roland. So you wish to enact Benedict's stratagem. What leads you to believe we should ally with Esfrost? Let's see now, because you're the hardest one to convince here. An alliance with Esfrost gives us iron, and we already have salt. Together we will cower before Hyzant no longer. The people do not deserve to be cast aside or given over to some other nation. They deserve protection, and we shall provide it. The surrender of the salt crystals will be to surrender our last remaining weapon. We would be puppets. We would be but puppets to the Hierophant. You are a King's Guard, so I'm going to go with a protection angle. The people do not deserve to be cast aside or given over to some other nation. They deserve protection, and we shall provide it. You're absolutely right. The goddess will bring equality, yes, but for the price of the entire kingdom and those who called it home.
Truly?
I remember a member of the King's Guard to my core, and would sooner give my life for the people than submit to Hyzant's rule. I doubt King Roland will entertain the idea of allying with Esfrost, however. He is far too convinced of his own strategy. The King's Guard or not, you remain one of his loyal subjects. Will you not speak to your mind and attempt to sway him? Perhaps I should. To keep my feelings hidden would amount to deception on my part.
I don't know what
Give me a moment to really consider my actions. I think that was easier than Gila was, and you were technically less receptive. Eridor, hi.
Aye, lad.
Our sweat and blood fed this land, built it into proper domain. I see no reason why we should surrender it all to Hyzant. And Lady Frederica, while I sympathize, asks that we risk everything for the sake of the Roselle.
Here's what I think.
Benedict's got it right, I reckon. But even that doesn't quite quiet the nagging feeling I get every time I think of our options. I agree with Benedict's strategy. You think Benedict will get us through this too, eh? How do you reckon? Our duty has always been to war for domain and its people. We must stop at nothing to protect them both. That's probably the correct choice. We control the salt crystals. As such, there's precious little to be gained by allying with Hyzant. I have seen how Hyzant treats the Roselle. There's no reason to expect they will treat us as equals. I think the top choice is the correct choice. But I kind of want to do this one anyway.
Besides,
You really think they'll turn on us the moment they get the salt crystals? The Holy State rewrote their history around a lie justifying the goddess's creed and the abuse of the Rosella Eridor. We've no way of knowing how they might treat the people of Glenbrook from one day to the next.
are you
I
joking?
understand your hesitancy, but I think you're making too much of this. Treating us with respect would be the perfect way to show off how righteous their precious goddess is. And more than that, I reckon they wouldn't go out of their way to make enemies of you and the king so readily. You'll be okay, lad. Yeah, it was the wrong choice. The top choice was the correct choice. I'm okay with, we don't need to get everything right here. I'd rather get
Or
this
Serenade.
ball rolling and get this done as quickly as possible, to be honest. Benedict and King Roland would march us to war. Benedict would see Hyzant hunt us all for all eternity. Perhaps their vision is not so different. Let's come to this. Ally with a one-time opponent, or flee with a Roselle.
However...
Both proposals all. Our tactics must be flawless. Why has Benedict's strategy swayed you? I cannot abide the Holy State's control of all salt supplies, built as it is on a lie meant to justify exploiting an entire people. Or I believe we can use the salt crystals to coax Esfrost into an alliance against Hyzant. She's more moral than you think.
Well then...
Indeed, their claims of equality are undone by the suffering of the Roselle and the lies they employ to maintain control of the source. I care little for their deceit myself. Meanwhile, Esfrost's vaunted freedom is, in practice, a gladiatorial arena. Glenbrook, too, hides its sin beneath the thick growth of tradition. All nations betray their ideals. Do I have the right of it? Just so. Granted, I understand your fury at the moral imperative that animates it.
But
But what is war if not the clash of two such indignations? I digress. What we need is a strategy, whether it be to win or merely stave off defeat. Oh, that was wrong as well. Really? Okay. I thought I got the right. I thought I got the right call for you. Maybe it was. Well, we'll end the voting and see what we get. I wonder if I can get. I wonder if I can get anyone by getting them wrong to agree to Frederica's output. Yeah.
I agree
You
wholeheartedly.
join with me.
You have my vote.
Okay, so Anna actually was. That's the thing. I don't.
I have faith in you.
I don't. You'd have to work hard, because Anna's default position is the Benedict position anyway. So I don't think you can actually screw up trying to get her to go for Benedict's position.
I'm with you.
Yeah, we got everyone, even though they were indifferent to my plea. I don't, because their default
Scales of
position is
conviction
this
will
one.
illuminate the path we've chosen.
You can't really get them wrong. Yeah. Everyone goes to Benedict's strategy. Roland loses his mind.
The way forward is decided.
We skip everything here. Roland gets all pissy. We have this massive fight between Roland and... We're going to skip to this because we did this before. We're just going to touch on the points that get drawn out here. Basically, everyone quite rightly opposes... No, not bother. Everyone quite rightly opposes the idea of kowtowing to Hyzand, obviously.
A tumultuous meeting
Oh, come on.
exposes a... Yet only
Come
one
on.
will emerge victorious, for such is the... The time has come for judgments to be rendered.
Of lords and lineages. Yeah, so basically say, we're going to go and do...
We shall
ally with that. Roland goes...
So you would kiss Gustadolf's feet and bribe him with salt?
Yeah, so basically Roland gets all pissed off because Gustav killed his parents.
Yes, for that is how we secure peace
This says the king who delivers on people to Hyzand. Yeah, so,
for the many at the expense of the few.
and basically, like, he's so consumed
But as king of Glenbrook,
with vengeance, he's trying to justify anything he can to
you
take
remain my
Gustadolf.
vassal.
That explains a lot. I was
Majesty.
talking with Des about this. I talk about triangle strategy with Des a lot, because Des is
You
better
are bound
eloquent
by
as
nothing,
at
Lord Serenoa. You are no one's vassal.
What are you talking about?
because Des is better at articulating thoughts than I am. But yeah, Roland is so consumed by the need for vengeance that he fabricates paths to it. It happened with and makes mistakes on that path, like attacking Avlora and hitting Cordelia instead, and really wants to get Gustadolf, and the best way to get to Gustadolf would be to ally with Hyzand. So he's very troubled. And his conviction is the conviction of vengeance. I said before that I don't think he sticks to his convictions. He wants vengeance more than anything else, and that's the big thing here. He wants vengeance more than anything else, and is trying to find ways of justifying that vengeance. Which is why it's utility here. It's very much the end justifies the means for him right now. The end for him is killing Gustadolf. The means for that would be allying with Hyzand to be able to do this. That's why he's utility now. Right, so basically,
When it came to light that she was...
Benedict reveals that Serenoa is also son of King Ragnar and also has a claim to the throne.
Pray let us think about this.
Roland quite happily, and I like this, is that he's never upset by this fact. He's never angry at this fact. He's always like, I knew you were a good leader. I had this feeling about you forever. I would follow you to the ends of the earth. Like, you would be a much better king than I. All those things are things that Roland knows instinctively and is quite happy to say. But still doesn't want to ally with Esfrost. And so basically he's... Part of him, I think, in this fight is kind of at the point of like, I know this would be better for our people, but I can't square this with myself, so you have to stop me. Because I can't stop myself at this point. So that bit is kind of going in his head. He kind of also at some point kind of wants to lose to a certain level. He's not going to throw it, but he kind of wants to lose. And these are all these bits are very well written. This entire game does what other RPGs want to do, which is basically make the plot depend on what you've done, because it gives you the choice.
And the...
Not many other games give you this much choice and have it matter in an interesting way. And have it matter in an interesting way. Right, so he goes off, he leaves, and gets basically chased off by Huette.
Leave me, Huette.
He just goes off to do his own thing.
I am the only one who need walk this path.
Because we don't kill him. We specifically don't kill him. He wants to
How can
die,
you say
basically.
that? I never expected our parting to be like this.
At the very end, he goes, I think Gustadolf is going to try to basically corrupt what's going to happen here. So you stay with them and keep them safe. Where he goes off to basically do his own, like, Sir Maxwelling. Right, Roland left the party. We carry on. Right. Okay, so. Anything happening around here? No. I want to do something before I forget, though. The thing I need to do at every single route now, because I forgot to do it, and I wish I'd done it 3 million years ago. And that is this. Where are you? There you are. There. KOTP, my lord, get that put on there as soon as possible. Get superior fiber as well. Get Sunfall done. You could do. Okay, so you got that. You need to get Dragon Shield. We need to give you superior. Can you buy all this stuff? I think we can buy all this stuff, right? Lionel. Superior fiber. Superior timber. Superior stone. Superior iron. Also buy a bunch of the large recovery pellets as well. And large range recovery pellets. Keep it aside. I think we need money to upgrade some of these things, so let's not get too spend happy. Increases damage dealt by delaying strike. Right, take Dragon Shield. You got Sunfall. Take Deadly Blaze. And back attack damage up. Gila, you need a Meteoric Fragment. You need a Furious Feather, and you need Meteoric Fragment and Lion's Heart. Okay. We knew what we need to do. Let's get it. Trade Post. Meteoric Fragment. Furious Feather. Lion's Heart. Yep, review. There you go. Miraculous Light gives you the regen. You get the Shooting Star, and you get Lion's Heart. You get Lion's Shield, and you get King's Shield. This time I'm going to try not to rely too much on Rudolph, because I wasn't impressed by Rudolph by the end. Pick Milo, maybe take Maxwell, though Maxwell's quite low level. Izana. We'll see what we can... we'll try to play a little bit differently this time. But anyway, got what I wanted to get out of all this. So let us carry on. Sir Noah bids farewell to a friend and makes for his mother's grave to reflect upon the recent decision. Again, I think we keep Frederica because eventually Frederica's going to keep pushing for the Rosellan freedom. So it's the reason why I think everyone leaves. The one who has the most to lose leaves.
wish I had never learned of my true lineage.
Right, we haven't actually heard this before, so let's let it play out nice and slow because I love the writing in this game.
I was happy being Serenoa Wolfort, son of Lord Simone and Lady Destra.
No matter whose blood runs through your veins, you are still yourself.
Thank you, Frederica. But now Roland is gone. Someone's coming.
It looks like Benedict.
I am in no mood to speak with him. Let us conceal ourselves.
I thought you were going to hide behind the grave for a second there.
Lord Simone, Lady Destra, today I revealed the truth of Lord Serenoa's birth and drove Prince Roland from the city. Lord Serenoa will be crowned the king of all Glenbrook, but this is merely the first step of many. We will use the salt crystals to ally ourselves with Esfrost and defeat Hyzant. I will see to it that Lord Serenoa becomes the undisputed ruler of all Norzelia. He has the strength and character worthy of sitting atop this realm, and I shall carve that path to the summit for him. He did not wish for the position, nor this power. But no matter how much he resents me, I will ensure his success. He shares your blood, Lady Destra, and as such, I refuse to see him at the mercy of others again.
Why would you go so far?
Because he loved your mother, probably.
Lord Simone, you were a lord worthy of my life's devotion. You were an equal to King Regna in every way. You could have sat upon the throne, and yet you resigned yourself to life as a vassal and took in Lady Destra at your liege's request. You two treated Lady Destra and Lord Serenoa as if they were no more than pawns to be traded about. Back then, I could not forgive you or King Regna. Lady Destra, even now, I find it hard to forgive myself for being unable to save you. Which is why I will make Lord Serenoa a greater ruler than his father or King Regna could ever be. This is my revenge against myself for being so powerless then. I will not repent. I will devote my life to atoning for my incompetence.
Isn't that kind of like repenting?
Benedict cared very deeply for Lady
Don't
Destra.
you have to repent before you atone?
No amount of regret will change the past. We have no way to go but forward.
Okay, we go to Glenbrook and become king, I guess. That's the first step. I guess we have to fight the royalists, maybe? I wonder where Cordelia is.
My lord, how do the nobles take the news?
They were surprised to hear of Roland's disappearance, as well as of my lineage and intention to ascend the throne. But there was not nearly as much contempt or disorder as I had anticipated.
I also explained that it was King Roland's own decision to abdicate once he learned the truth.
I think it may have been the royal signet that kept them so composed. They took it as proof that King Regna deemed Serenoa a worthy successor.
Which is funny.
Even if they had objections in their heart, they could not act upon them.
Like, the ring was given to Lord Simone before we were even born. Before Sereno was even born. So it can't really be given because Regna thought that we would be a good king, because clearly we weren't even born at that point. Regna had no idea. I'm assuming Regna could have called Someone say, get that ring back. Don't ever tell him.
There is not a soul in
still.
Glenbrook who can deny the might and exploits of House Wolford. Princess Cordelia would have been their sole chance to challenge his ascension, but she is already within our hands.
That's a bit harsh.
Be that as it may, the people must see it as such. I will not be able to get their support should they think I usurped the throne.
I was gonna say, like, oh, if this was any other way, you could have maybe married Cordelia, but you really can't because she's your half sister.
Precisely.
Marrying a
In any
cousin to
case,
get to the throne? Yeah, that
it's hard
happens
to
a lot.
believe our young lord's truly the king of Glenbrook.
I never
Sister,
coveted
however.
this throne. But we have chosen to ally ourselves with Esfrost and have driven Roland away. I shan't run from my responsibilities any longer. I will take up the mantle of king to serve both Glenbrook and House Wolfort.
I wonder what the house of
Fine
Roland is.
resolve, your majesty. We stand with you now, as we always have.
Thank you. Benedict, prepare for my ascension and our negotiations with Esfrost.
New king here, new king? What are new kings happening at the
Yes,
moment?
your majesty. I will also continue working on our plans for Hyzant.
We cannot afford to lose this battle. Do what you must.
As you command.
By your command. Hell.
Several days later, Serenoa announces that he is the son of the late King Regna, and that Roland, having learned the truth, has abdicated the throne. All suspect that there is more behind the announcement, but House Wolfort has the support of many in the capital city, and so they accept his words. Thus, Serenoa Wolfort takes the throne as the new King of Glenbrook. The joining of House Wolfort and the Kingdom of Glenbrook is yet another twist in the ever-turning narrative of Nozelia. One which Hyzant and Esfrost look on with ever-wary eyes.
Right, so the Hierophant... I wonder if at some point the Hierophant is like, so, one of our ministers is King of Glenbrook. How does that work? Who's responsible? What does Gustadolf think of all this?
I did not foresee Serenoa becoming King of Glenbrook. What became of the abdicated King Roland?
Official reports say he left the capital to live a life of seclusion. But rumor has it that he absconded after losing a duel to Lord Serenoa.
Who leaked that exactly? There was no one else in the room.
Roland concealed his identity
Ouch.
and fought hard to reclaim his kingdom.
Forget condolences. Thank you. It's a complicated time for loads of people. It's a messy time. I'm not going to bring it up here just because it's messy for a lot of people. Hey, though, free holiday though, so yay.
He would not so easily relinquish the throne. The rumors are likely closer to the truth than the reports.
So House Wolfort usurped the throne.
I did not take Serenoa for a man who had cast off the shackles of servitude by force. How fascinating it would be if the caged hawk broke free to soar the skies.
Without Prince Roland around, there is hope yet of restoring our relations with Glenbrook. Perhaps we could ask Lady Frederica to help us negotiate.
Ah.
Glenbrook holds the salt crystal veins in their hands. No amount of negotiations would end in our favor. A bird that has flown the coop must be shot down. Whether they perish or return to a cage is up to them.
Interesting. This is either going to be Benedict is going to be an amazing negotiator here, which is what they've been setting up Benedict to be. But I wonder if you have to basically deal with Idor and then Gustadolf afterwards. Because Gustadolf can ally temporarily, but Gustadolf isn't going to stand for a proud and active Glenbrook. Right. What do the Saintly 7 have to say about all this? Frankly, I like the Saintly 4 at the moment. 5, I guess Exam's there as well.
Everyone is here. What might this sudden meeting be about?
Minister Tenebris, you kept us waiting.
Ah, my apologies.
You were all summoned here to discuss the recent political changes in Glenbrook.
King Roland has conceded the throne to Minister Serenoa. Apparently the two are half-brothers.
What? So, this was not a hearing of my crimes.
Like, Tenebris is a really... I wonder if he does get... when he gets his comeuppance, because you don't really see him much. So far, I mean, we've seen the Golden Route and the choices we've made, and Frederica's ending. And he's been suspicious the entire time, but we never have much of an idea of what he's actually done. So it'll be interesting to see when if he gets his comeuppance.
Minister Tenebris.
No. What will become of Glenbrook?
There are rumors that King Roland has absconded, but the people seem oddly composed about the change of power.
Is this not a joyous occasion? With Minister Serenoa on the throne, Glenbrook becomes a vassal nation of Hyzant.
Not
Sir, reporting for duty.
We had intended to use Minister Serenoa to pressure King Roland into giving him control over the Grand Norzelian mines.
How you going, buddy? Ouch. Posturations. Ow. Nope. Get some drinky done as well.
But now he has both the salt crystal veins and the entire kingdom of Glenbrook in his hands. Our window of opportunity has closed.
Precisely. Any attempt to likewise pressure Minister Serenoa may result in us losing more than we bargained for.
He did not strike me as the sort of man to bite the hand that feeds.
He usurped the throne from his own master. We cannot afford to let our guards down.
Indeed.
You say that. You didn't quite. That wasn't quite how it worked. Just woke up, only got like 2 hours of sleep, so I feel a little shit. How goes the game? Missing anything? We're king now. Serenoa is now the king. Serenoa is now the king, and we overheard Benedict at Lady Destra's grave, basically going, yeah, because I was weak many years ago and I couldn't save you, reasons unspecified, Benedict has made his personal plan to make sure that Serenoa rules over all Norzelia, whether he likes it or not. Basically, Benedict's like, we're gonna make sure that Serenoa rules all of Norzelia because he can, and I don't care if he hates me, but we're gonna do it. And Serenoa is now the king. Everyone's mostly okay with this. And Roland's gone bye-bye. Gustadolf is surprised and kind of doesn't like it either, so I'm kind of wondering if we're going to have to defeat both Esfrost and Hyzant, not just one. The whole point was allying with Esfrost to defeat Hyzant, but Gustadolf is not the kind of person who will take a proud Glenbrook.
We must be wary of House Wolford. We will summon Minister Exham and his forces back to the city to protect our people.
Ah, they're going the defensive.
Understood. I will dispatch a bird to him at once.
I will have our spies in Glenbrook discern Wolford's true intentions.
We must get our hands on those salt crystals. If House Wolford dares disobey the goddess, they must be exterminated at once.
We also made a good, interesting point that
this is my chance. If I can bring glory to Hyzant and restore my name, soon I will be.
Oh yeah, Tenebrous. Like, clearly he's a creepy, like, he's creepy, he's clearly a bad person, but we've never found out what he's done, so I'm wondering if we actually find out what he actually does, because he's like here, and when he was summoned, he was afraid that he'd been found out, and this was going to be a court for his crimes. We don't know what they are, so I wonder if we find out at some point, either in this playthrough, or in Roland's playthrough, what he's actually done, what he's actually guilty of, why he's so nervous all the time, why is he paranoid. Also, we figured out, I came up with this, I came up, I think the reason that at the very end, Roland becomes the utility choice is because Roland becomes a end justifies the means. The reason he wants to ally with Hyzant is not for the safety of the people, it's because he wants to kill Gustadolf. And he's figured that the only way to get to Gustadolf would be to ally with Hyzant. He becomes the ends justify the means, and his end is vengeance. That is why he wants to surrender to Hyzant, not because to save the people. He wants to surrender to Hyzant because he wants to kill Gustadolf. That's the only reason. That makes way more sense. I don't think it's a good idea, but that explains his motivations in a more intelligible way. That he is actually ruled by vengeance. His conviction isn't the people. His conviction is vengeance. Hopefully you feel less like shit. I did see you go to bed quite late. I figured you was like, oh, you still awake? I was gonna say something, but getting told to go to bed is never a good thing. Right, we will actually save now. I'll save that in the in that slot there, because that's that is gonna be Benedict slot, and the one below that will be Roland slot. Roland plan is so stupid. Yeah. It also makes sense if you think.
King Serenoa invites Archduke Gustadolf to Glenbrook.
Oh my god,
in
thank
hopes
you.
of securing an alliance with the duchy.
But it also explains why his choice is the yellow utility choice, because it's an end justifies the means situation. Because again, I was talking before of how I had, because I went to visit my friends Des, last weekend, and we had a lot of, again, we have a lot of talks about triangle strategy when I'm there. And I like doing that because Des, she's way better at articulating my thoughts than I am. We don't always agree on everything, but we agree on a lot of things, and she's way better at putting those things into words than I am. So whenever I speak with her, I come back and I understand things a lot more, a lot better. And I can articulate them better, which is whenever I come back from having a chat with Des, I find I can articulate my own thoughts better because she has a much better way with words than I do. There's things like, for example, the whole conversations with Roland and all the three conversations after you pick a decision. The conversation, the fight with Frederica if you pick Roland's route, the fight with Benedict if you pick Frederica's route, and the fight with Roland if you pick Benedict's route. They're all fantastically written. The one that we picked, the Frederica's route one, the argument with the fight with Benedict is actually fantastic, and we had this whole discussion about how triangle strategy does what so many games want to do with their stories but can't or don't try to do, which is actually make your decisions matter in a way that's plot relevant. And that's not just I chose A or B at this specific junction and that's how it went. And like, no, your decisions throughout the entire game carry you to a specific point, and it carries you forward past that point. Like when you picked Frederica, basically you have a massive argument with Benedict about why he thinks this is a bad idea, and you have a full debate. You have a full debate with Benedict about Benedict is like, okay, these are the problems I have with this situation, and Serenoa is like, well, okay, these are the solutions I have for your problems. And then it gets to the point where Benedict basically throws the debate, realizes he has nothing else, throws the debate and draws his sword. Because he knows he can't win, but isn't willing to drop, isn't willing to. In this point, he cannot be shifted. So this is when this fight happens, and you get many games like this and stories that have like, you must have a fight with your friend for the purposes of the plot. But this game like really sells it up to that point because it's not just a decision you've made here for no reason. The entire game brings up to this, builds up to this, with multiple choices that carry forward and things that happen throughout the game. This is me being very bad with words, trying to explain conversations we had a week ago. Yeah, he actually believes in something, but he believes in it so strongly that he can't find arguments to change your mind, so it has to come down to force. Many games do this. Two characters talk, they can't agree with something, so they have to fight it out. This game, it's not just done in one scene, it's done throughout the entirety of the game. Because you've been moral the entire game when you get to Frederica's ending. And mostly he's been going along with it. But he gets to something like, okay, I cannot do this. I'm not going to abandon Wolfert. I'm going to try to convince you with words. That doesn't work. And now I have nothing left. I have nothing left. And he basically essentially resorts like ad hominem attacks against you, against Frederica, basically, and you. Which is basically, you go, well, he's lost the debate. If the best you can come up with is attacking me or attacking my wife, you've lost your debate, which is why you draw the sword. It's like, because if I can't convince you with words, I'm gonna have to convince you with force, and you are a way better fighter than Benedict is. We basically had this massive conversation on how we love the writing in the game. Anyway. I swear, we're getting double clicks on the button, and I don't like it.
And makes his way to Whiteholm Castle. However, the salt crystal deposits uncovered in the Grand Norzelian mines are currently in the hands of Serenoa. A meeting between the two great rulers comes with equally great risk.
Harden thy heart. I do wonder if Benedict's has been built up to be this massive strategist, which he's a fantastically good strategist.
What is the meaning of this, Lord Benedict?
But I wonder, like, is he going to take into account the fact that Gustadolf is clearly not to be trusted? Because this is the last thing that Roland says before he goes is like, don't trust Gustadolf. Which is absolutely 100% right.
It is as I said. The Kingdom of Glenbrook will cease all business
What?
with the Norzelia Consortium. The related parties should leave Glenbrook immediately, and any assets remaining shall be seized by the Kingdom.
Why?
This is madness. Not only will you cut your ties with Hyzant, but the Consortium as well? How do you intend to get your salt now?
You needn't worry about that.
So it's true. Glenbrook has mined salt crystals from deep beneath the earth.
It is no business of the Consortium's.
You dare slight us after all we've done for Norzelia? The post-war accord said that someone must ensure the fair distribution of salt, and so we did.
And we appreciate all your efforts. However, King Serenoa has no need for the Consortium in Glenbrook.
The nerve of you people. Hyzant will never forgive such insolence.
Yes, we know.
Save your tears for the long road back home. The Consortium was only ever good for lining its own pockets. Which is far from fair, as I see it.
Considering how vital the Norzelia Consortium is for the Golden Route, this is just funny.
I see now. House Wolfort wishes to see the Consortium eliminated in its entirety.
Benedict does.
In that case, I will return to Hyzant as you said and report this outrage.
Was it right to provoke him? Claris may use his underground connections to stop us.
That was my intention. He will now bring disorder to Hyzant's unity. More importantly, The new Norzelia truly has no need for the Consortium and its control.
Because we
over
will
Salt's
control it instead.
distribution.
The new Norzelia.
The world King Serenoa would rule. I have formulated a plan to bring about that new age. But first, our negotiations with Gustadolf must succeed.
Yeah, so like, Benedict is like megalomaniacal, but not for himself.
Sir, Archduke Gustadolf's ship will be arriving any minute now.
Thank you.
Good.
The
Heal
outcome
them.
of our negotiations hinges on King Serenoa's decision. I must speak with him, alone. The Archduke will be here shortly.
Your Majesty.
Thank you. Our future rests on these negotiations, doesn't it?
Have you read The Power of Salt?
It's a book.
I have. Lord Dragan gave it to us before he died. It contains all he gleaned in his research on salt.
On some level, I like Benedict. He's a ruthless but selfless mentat. Yeah, look, I get the feeling that he was really attached. Look, the bit that you missed was the bit directly after the meeting, after Roland leaves. Like, Serenoa and Frederica are at his parents' grave, and he's like lamenting about how this is gone. I never wanted this to happen, blah, 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 blah. And they hear Benedict coming, and Serenoa is like, I don't want to talk to Benedict. I'm going to go hide in the bushes with Frederica. We're going to overhear Benedict. Benedict is like talking to like Lady Destra, saying, this is what we've done. I told the world about Serenoa's heritage and stuff like that. I'm sorry this has happened, but I'm gonna basically make sure that Serenoa does well. And basically, he kind of hated Regna and Simone for essentially treating Lady Destra and Serenoa as pawns. It's basically just shuffling them around as pieces on a board. Oh no, it would be inconvenient that the king got this lady pregnant, so here, you have her for a bit. So like, he didn't, I think at the end he didn't hate them, but like ages ago he did. And he felt guilty for not being able to protect Lady Destra for that, so maybe he had feelings for Lady Destra. And basically, as an atonement for all of that, he's like, I'm gonna make sure that Serenoa rules this country, because I know that Serenoa will be a good ruler, blah 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 blah. But he's very much, it's very much, it's not only end justifies the means, he's also a bit like, he sometimes picks the end to justify his means. He's a mixture of both, like, this is what I want to happen, and let's make that happen, but also, this is what I want to do, let's find something that lets me do this. Let me argue something that lets me do this specific thing. He knows what he wants to do, either as a goal or as a mean, and will find a way to justify either the means to that goal or the goal to those means.
I thought it might give us a clue as to how we can convince Archduke Gustadolf to aid us. I understand now just how much potential salt possesses.
Indeed, it is not merely a seasoning for food. We have control over the salt crystal veins. We can use this to our advantage during negotiations.
But this is Gustadolf we're dealing with. Pressure and intimidation will only cause him to bare his fangs. Negotiate poorly, and we will end up swallowed by the duchy in the name of Gustadolf's freedom. What do you think we should do, Benedict?
Like, some call it intellectually dishonest, but I call that being effective. Well, it's part of the whole thing of like, the personality traits required for success aren't very appealing ones in the world as it exists at the moment. Which, like, a lot of CEOs are essentially borderline psychopathic because that's what they need to rise to that level of power. The complete willingness to stab people in the back and do whatever they need to do to get to where they want to go. Like, the ability to be able to visually see everyone else as a stepping stone, as a rung on a ladder, and something to be discarded once they're done with.
Before I answer, I would know one thing. Is it your desire to monopolize the salt crystals, Your Majesty?
No, it's not. I am vaguely curious what saying it is would do, but it's not going to be that. I've not got infinite time. It's interesting because, again, he specifically wants us to pick something. He said before, he wants us to make the right choice. And the choice is that it's not... Well, the choice I'm going to make is that it's not.
I have no desire to do so. That would make us no different than Hyzant. And seeing as Gustadolf sought to break the Holy State's monopoly, I doubt he would ally with us.
But we will merely be used as pawns, should we give him the salt crystals.
I have no intention of doing that either. Lord Dragan's answers shall guide us. I will use the salt to bring about a free and prosperous Norzelia, greater even than Gustadolf could.
Hey, Kenny, thank you for the triangle. He was really hoping for a yes. He was really hoping for a yes.
If I can prove that to him, I am certain he would join our cause.
Precisely. You prove time and again you are worthy to stand atop the summit of Norzelia.
I think there's a moment there where he's like, this would be so much easier if you'd said yes, but the reason I think you should rule is because you said no.
I have a befitting strategy in mind. Lord Serenoa, would you allow me to negotiate with the Archduke?
Very well. We must have him on our side.
And we shall.
It's also, I think, a situation where I can lie to the Archduke, you can't. Either from you will not, and also we can't have you lying to the Archduke, whereas I can later on, like, I'm happy to be indicted for treason later on, kind of situation. I wonder if the sacrifice we're going to see in this route is basically Benedict taking all the evils that the Benedict has to do to make this happen. He will take upon himself, and then basically throw himself on his sword, either literally or metaphorically afterwards. Like, he'll commit a bunch of sins to get you in power, and then confess to those sins, and then die on his own sword, as it were, metaphorically, to basically get everything done properly. I wonder if that's what's going to happen with him. Yeah, kind of plausible deniability, but also in the sense that you missed the beginning, that Benedict 100% says he wants Serenoa to rule all of Norzelia. Not just Glenbrook, Serenoa will rule all of Norzelia if Benedict has his way. And I think given the kind of person he is, he's the kind of person who will do horrible things to get that done. And then take responsibility for all of it, and then throw himself on his sword as a way to, like, absolve Serenoa of all the problems that came with that. That is, I think, what I'm guessing was going to happen now for Benedict. And he did say that kind of getting Serenoa to power was his atonement for mistakes of the past. So I wonder if he sees him dying on a cross, as it were, to be the final part of his atonement, is that he can't live through this. Or the world that he wants to build is not a world that he needs to be in, kind of situation. Like, the world I'm building doesn't need people like me in it situation. Like, I know I'm a bastard, I know I'm a dick, I know I'm all these things. The world I'm building will not require people like me in it, so my last act before I make this world is to remove myself from it.
You once refused to bend the knee to me at this very spot, and now seek an alliance as King of Glenbrook.
I could not have foreseen this moment either back then. Nor that you would have your own cousin slain after discovering the salt crystal veins.
I hope you aren't expecting an apology. Have we not usurped the same throne?
I have not asked you here to discuss the past, but the future. I am certain you understand that taking on Hyzant alone is a fool's errand. We must unite if we are to stand a chance.
And you expect me to believe that one of the Saintly Seven wishes to defeat the holy state itself.
Like, I'll be honest with you, being appointed minister of of Hyzend has caused me more problems than it's given me solutions.
We must prevent Hyzend from gaining complete control over Salt and consequently Norzelia. I even parted from a dear friend over it.
I see. I have no objections to overthrowing Hyzend.
Then let us begin the negotiations.
Silence. I am here to speak with King Serenoa, not his servant.
I have given Benedict full rights to be here. Consider his words my own.
So the bird did not break free after all. His vassal opened the cage door. Very well then. But allow me to make this clear. If you wish for an alliance, you will give me the Salt Crystal Veins. They belong to Esfrost for having discovered them in the first place.
We cannot do that.
Then we have nothing to discuss.
Pray answer me this, Archduke. What do you intend to do with the salt?
People need salt to live. But here in Norzelia, it is owned entirely by Hyzend and the Consortium. Their high taxes make it nearly impossible for some to obtain. Once I defeat Hyzend, I will abolish both that abhorrent Consortium and its taxes, and allow free trade throughout the land.
Make pork, clearly. This is what salt is for. That's why we have Minister Exham. Minister formerly pork is in Hyzend.
I would ensure that any who desire salt receive their fair share of it.
That would make you the only one with control over salt. It is no different than Hyzend now.
I do not covet riches like they do. Under my rule, the people would have salt. They would finally have freedom. This is the only future before us.
I beg to differ. We intend to make salt available to all. Anyone will be able to obtain as much as they like for a modest price.
You would put control of salt in the hands of the people? To what end?
To change the world with the potential residing within every grain of salt. For example...
Yeah, but it is Himalayan pink salt. Exactly, it's Himalayan pink salt. This stuff's expensive. Look, I didn't simply not ask to be a Saintly 7. I flatly never accepted the role. They just started calling me that. Exactly. I'm pretty sure that this is actually going to come to a head if you pick Roland's ending. Where we're going to go, actually, I'm a minister. Is the one ending where Serenoa goes, yes, I'm a minister.
Preserving foods with salt would make life and trade more prosperous than ever before. Using salt in leather and glass crafting could create newer and better goods. Farmers could give it to their livestock, and it could also be used in various medicines. It can even be used in explosives.
How do you know about that?
These are but a handful of examples. If we give the people access to salt, there is no telling how many other uses they may find. Norzelia will enter a golden age of prosperity, and her people will thrive like never before.
I did not take you for an idealist. I think we both know that the people lack the intelligence for innovation.
They just haven't been afforded the chance, but with the proper mechanisms in place, they can be taught. I have already started work on a plan to make salt available over the course of several years.
Do not underestimate the people's greed. It won't be long before they turn on their rulers, intoxicated by the power of salt.
A person is smart, people are dumb.
The very nation you sought to defeat feared the same, and sought to control them with their goddess's might.
Archduke Gustadolf, I do not fear a free people. I wish to lead them, but will fight if I must. That is why I took this throne. I believe anyone who wishes to rule the new Norzelia should be prepared to do the same.
Tell me this. How did you know salt possesses such potential?
And I would ask you in return, were you unaware of it yourself? It was all written in a book Lord Dragan gave us.
Gustav is Agent K with a crown confirmed.
It is the result of his extensive research at the Isfrosti archives.
Dragan. You mean to say it was the knowledge of one of my own? Had I made him Prime Minister, our positions would be reversed. So this is my punishment for seeing him killed.
Yep.
Very well. Consider me interested in the future House Wolfort sees for this world. As the Archduke of Esfrost, I hereby swear my allegiance to your cause.
My actions have
You our
consequences?
thanks, Archduke Gustav.
It is only a matter of time until Hyzant realizes what we are planning. Let us proceed to the War Council.
Activate the battle bridge!
Lead the way.
Oh no, the consequences of my own actions. My worst enemy.
Glenbrook and Esfrost have entered into an alliance. You and I are enemies no longer.
I am glad to hear it. Thank you for joining our cause.
Together, we will strike down Hyzant. For the Roselle as well. I am sure your mother would have been happy to hear it.
Indeed.
Frederica, do you resent me for attacking House Wolfort?
Probably yes.
I have come to an understanding of what you hoped to accomplish. Your duties as Archduke outweigh your personal desires.
Precisely. I have no regrets for what I've done.
Neither do I regret standing against you, or slaying Erica and Thalis. Not because I harbor personal grudges against any of you, but because my eyes must look not to the past, but to the future.
King Serenoa said the same earlier.
I love the whole point is like the non too subtle hint of like, yeah, I killed your brother and sister. Ha!
It should come as no surprise, Archduke Gustav.
And to be fair, in my case, I made sure that she got the killing blow on both of them.
He and I walk the same path, hand in hand.
You've grown strong, Frederica.
The Kingdom of Glenbrook and the Duchy of Esfrost enter an alliance. Their combined forces
Oh, we
led
changed
by
symbols.
Serenoa. Together, they set out to strike down the holy state of Hyzant.
Because the scales are the symbol of Glenbrook, not Wolfort. Weirdly.
Sensing their movements, the desert nation summons Exham soldiers home from their march on the Grand Norzelian mines to prepare for the arrival of the Allied forces. Though the walls around the holy state have kept it safe for many years, it is now up to Benedict to discern how best to penetrate the goddess's shield.
Oh yes, Gustav was totally not doing what he personally wanted to do. I'm sure he felt real bad about attacking Wolfort, right? The guy who's so in love with freedom and liberty wasn't doing what he wanted to do. The good phrasing. That is literally an option you can. That's literally a sound bit you can use. Hey, Refair. Right. Anything special? Anything untoward? New? Though the battle has yet to begin, Benedict has already made the first move against
phrasing?
Hyzant. Exactly.
Benedict, have you finalized our plan of attack against Hyzant?
I have. We shall shatter the goddess's shield with Esfrost's death knell. We can then storm the capital and take Hyzant. However, there is one problem that remains. Transporting, placing, and firing the weapon will take a considerable amount of time. So we must draw the Byzantine army's attention away from the cannon until it is ready.
But they might confine themselves to their castle rather than come out and fight us.
We must draw them out. We cannot allow them the opportunity to calmly scout about.
Buying time against Minister Exham's forces won't be easy. The damage will be great, even if we do succeed. Esfrost cannot hope to triumph alone.
Which is why I have measures in place to ensure our victory.
I'm sure this will be the first bit of the evils I am doing to get this done. Also, it is funny because this is only relevant because in the Golden Route, we destroy the army. The army gets vastly reduced in the Golden Route. It's never a problem.
Anna, did you send the letter like I asked?
Yeah, well.
Yes. I sent an unsigned
Oh,
message
hello,
to
Mr.
Minister Tenebris.
Tenebris.
It included details of his and Sorceley's illicit salt trade and their profitable underground arena.
The underground arena we don't know about at all. I have no idea what the hell that is. That is not turned up in our playthrough so far. That must have happened if we'd gone somewhere else, maybe. But that did not turn up in our playthrough. And he is also, of course, was also included in the salt trade. Of course, that explains it. Okay.
I also added that we would report it to the Holy One, and enclosed a copy of the evidence I gathered.
So we have a traitor.
Tenebris will fear for his position and desperately look for any way to establish himself worthy of his seat. And what of Claris?
As predicted, he has returned to Hyzant.
Claris was master of the underground arena, and Tenebris his bookmaker.
Clearly there's bits we haven't figured out. It doesn't confirm my reading, absolutely. But Roland's choice in this Roland has been Liberty the entire time. The whole game, he has been the Liberty call. But right now, his last choice is the utility choice. It doesn't confirm the read of it, no. But it's what we thought about it. I choose to believe that it makes more sense for him to be utility to get to Gustadolf. Considering the whole reason he leaves if you pick Benedict's route is because the Alliance versus
Our special agents have gained information about something that could change the history of humanity.
Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Yeah, the whole underground arena thing must have been a different choice. It must have been a choice we didn't make in this playthrough. It must have been something that turned up had we gone to Hyzant earlier, or maybe we went to Hyzant instead of the salt trades, or something, because we definitely did not come across the underground arena.
Now the merchant needs someone in his corner, and the saint needs a pawn. With nowhere left to go, the two will join forces and be the ones to throw Hyzant's strategy into disarray. They will do anything to defeat House Wolford.
I see. We should be able to buy time against their improvised army. But there is no guarantee it will work.
One last letter should be all the push that Tenebris needs.
Another letter?
Signed by Prince Roland, asking for his aid in destroying House Wolford, who stole his throne. It lays out a plan in which Prince Roland will attack us from behind with his own army, while we fight Tenebris in front.
What?
There is no reason for him to doubt it. I forged his handwriting and sealed it with the royal band.
Yeah, it begins.
How?
It begins the whole like, "Hey Abderrahman, long time no see, buddy. How you doing?" Yay! I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good.
I took it to fake his death.
Yeah, see, this Benedict's doing all the sneaky stuff now.
I thought it might come in handy someday.
Benedict.
Everyone knows of Prince Roland and King Serenoa's disagreement. If Tenebris thinks he has a chance of winning, he will take it.
What's this game about? Oh god, it's gonna it's gonna take a long time. It's a huge RPG. and we're literally in the ending bits of it. So it's like the very end of a long. Like, we've been playing this every week for like months at this point, so it would take a long time to explain. Basically, it's the whole point is basically it's the fight between three countries. The three things turns up a lot. It's why it's called triangle strategy. There are three countries, there are three convictions, there are three main group endings, and so forth, so forth. So basically, we're dealing with this massive fight at the end of the game now. We just picked one of the endings, and we're going to go through it. It's about utility, morality, and liberty. Yeah, pretty much.
Even if the odds aren't in his favor.
I understand. But does King Serenoa know?
No, he does not. He would not forgive me for using Prince Roland as
Yeah,
such.
so he's taking up all the evil stuff.
This was entirely my cunning.
King Serenoa.
I heard everything.
Ah, snap! Hey, Mort.
Your plan gives us the greatest chance of victory.
Oh.
I hereby order you to see it through.
Fair enough. TLDR, there's a triangle of salt. You either follow or you don't. I'm not your boss. RPG with different endings. Yes, very good. It's very, very good. If you like things like Final Fantasy Tactics or Ogre Battle, I would heartily recommend it. If you like RPGs in general, I would recommend it. It's on Switch at the moment, but I wouldn't be surprised if it came out on Steam next year.
Are you certain?
I am certain there's no going back for us.
So much for plausible deniability as well.
Go forward.
As you command.
This is basically Undertale with Final Fantasy-like art. No, this is more like a updated version of like Ogre Battle and Final Fantasy Tactics. There are several games with multiple endings before Undertale came out. Undertale was not the first game to do that. I'm a huge fan of Undertale, but Undertale did not invent multiple endings. And there's definitely no pacifist ending for this. Dude, I'm 2007, gang. As a babu. Oldest thing I had is a PS2. I'm trying to think now. PS2 RPGs back in the day. I mean, to be fair, like, there were a lot of RPGs back in the day with multiple different endings. But there was Ogre Battle. There was Ogre Battle stuff with the PS2, surely. Was there an Ogre Battle on PS? On the PlayStation 1? Was there an Ogre Battle on PS2? Ogre. Not Orge. Ogre Battle series. March of the Back Clean was SNES. Let Us Cling Together was PS1. First the Lord of the Caliber was N64. I guess it wasn't. Knights of Lotus was GBA. I think they're doing a re-release of they're doing a re-release of something soon, and I don't know where it is. On November the 11th of this year, Square Enix will release a remaster of the PSP remake of Let Us Cling Together. Beric, was the one that you played was Let Us Cling Together, right? Was Tactics Ogre. That's the one that you played, right? With the Walster Resistance Group and Denim Powell and stuff like that. That was the one you did, right? Why do you name 10 of them if there are so many? I probably could if I sat down. Yeah, so they're remaking the PSP remake, or they're re-releasing it. They're releasing a remaster of the PSP remake or something this year. I want to play. What is it called? Damn it! I forgot the name of it. Hang on. Let me just quickly check on Steam. There's a game I want to play that it's not an Ogre Battle game, but it's made by the same guys that made it's made by the same guy who made the original Ogre Battle. It's called, what's it called? It's on Steam. It's not called an Ogre Battle game, but it's made by the same like guy. It's called something really, really like generic, unfortunately. It's one of those games like I would totally forget what it was called. It's called something really stupid. Symphony of War. Yeah, it's called Symphony of War. Symphony of War is made by, I'm fairly certain, is made by a studio who is headed up by the guy who made the original Ogre Battle. I think. And it's something I want to play. It's like relatively cheap on Steam at the moment. It's like £15, which is not much, considering that. And the only thing I don't like is I'm not a huge fan of the character art. The character art very much reminds me of free mobile games. Not the actual like model art in the game, but the when people are chatting. And I don't know why they haven't gone with a more anime-ish look, considering what it is. But that is a game I want to pick up. It's on my wish list. It's one of those things that if it's on sale at some point, I will pick it up. Because I definitely am interested in it. New Nemo stream standing up. I have a really squeaky chair. Don't know, man. When I had PS2, I mainly streamed Battlefront 2, PES 2005, and Jack and Daxter, and Ratchet and Clank with my neighbors. No, fair enough. To be fair, I do kind of miss Steam knows me too well. Did it immediately show it to you in the front page or something? It was one of those things that just went, bam, look at this game. I put in Psy and immediately called me the Symphony of War, exactly. This game does look funny. In what sense? Yeah, I want to play Symphony of War. Because it reminds me of March of the Black Queen. Not...
Decision made. Serenoa marches toward Hyzant, certain a victorious end will justify even the most underhanded means.
Because Let Us Cling Together was very much in the Final Fantasy Tactics way of playing games, whereas it looks like Symphony of War is done in the Ogre Battle way of doing the way they did March of the Black Queen, which is kind of like Fire Emblem. But instead of having two people fight against each other, you have two, like, squads fight against each other. It's a Fire Emblem-esque map, but squads fight against each other rather than people. But yeah, the character art is really off-putting. But yeah, it's definitely on my wish list. And it's one of those things that if it turns up on like Advance Wars, kind of, but every unit in the squad is different. You can customize your squad more, because in Advance Wars you have a unit of riflemen, they're all riflemen, whereas here you can have a squad that has like a front line of spearmen, archers in the back, and then a mage in the back, and you get to customize that. As far as I'm aware, you could do that in Ogre Battle March of the Black Queen, and it looks like you can do the same thing in Symphony of War. And it's also rated as overwhelmingly positive, which is always a good show. Anyway. I'm doing a Barrack and having a lot of conversations about things I enjoy, rather than actually playing the game in front of me. Pokemon RPG, I remember playing a game called Angry Birds Epic. What? I know. Angry Birds Epic. Is it an RPG about Angry Birds? Because that would be weird. Angry Birds Epic. It's an RPG free-to-play role-playing game that is the 9th installment of the Angry Birds series. What? What the fuck? What is this? Angry Birds is one of those games that was way too big for its own good. Like, how the hell did that game become this massive? What essentially was a Flash game, and something that you could quite easily just play on Newgrounds, should not have become a franchise this massive. It just shouldn't. They made a full-ass game with a good soundtrack and full-blown story. Hey! Barrack is like... That's not known as pulling a Barrack. The Chimera Studio just basically part of the idea of Angry Birds from Rovio and made a full-ass game. Fair enough. I tend not to play a lot of free-to-play games, not because I think they're bad. It's just because that a free-to-play game will often have the grind wall. So if I pick one up, I'll play for a bit, I'll really enjoy it, and I'll hit the grind wall and I'll stop. I hit the grind wall of a PvP game and I just stop entirely. Like, sorry, a free-to-play game. And by that I specifically usually mean free-to-play mobile games. Which would be so amazing if they weren't free-to-play. Like, apparently the free-to-play, there's a Octopath Traveler free-to-play mobile game that, like, is apparently really great fun, and I would totally pay money for it and play it if it wasn't a free-to-play game with gacha systems. Just take the gacha out of it. You got the story, you got everything there. I will pay flat fee to play the game without any gacha in it. Holocure when? Before I've been playing loads of Holocure. Look, and Holocure doesn't really have a paywall attached to it because it's not designed to earn money. I did two runs FTP without cheating. Nice. If you manage resources, you can defeat the final boss with no hassle. Yeah, gachas are they're extremely predatory and horrible. It's one of the things, like, just to understand how bad gachas are, is to put them in the game that doesn't need them. Like, is it Xenoblade Chronicles 2 that had a gacha system for no reason? Like, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I wanted to enjoy, but it has a gacha system for absolutely no reason. That is a fully priced game that has no microtransactions in it of any kind. You cannot spend money on that game beyond the initial purchase price, but it has a gacha system in it, fuck knows why, and it just really ruins the game up. You say that I would pay you money for the you get anyway? Yeah, but that's not the problem. The reason with gacha systems is that they're not aiming at me. I'm not the target for gacha systems because I don't pay for it. I have friends on Twitter and stuff, or acquaintances on Twitter, who don't really talk that much, we just followed each other ages ago. And they spend an incredible amount of money on gacha, like what I would call an unhealthy amount of money on gacha. They are the target audience. They pay more on gacha than 10, 15, 20 people do. I would pay $120 for PC remake of Anti-Bird Epic with no microtransactions. I probably wouldn't pay that much, but like, if the game is good enough and stands on its own 2 feet, yeah, I'd pay full price for a game like that. No, from what they say on Twitter, they cannot afford it. They struggle to make ends meet every month, and I still see them posting about spending money on gacha. That's cool, yeah. You gotta understand that the people who oh, absolutely. Gacha is designed to be addictive. It is designed to exploit addictive systems. It is designed to get the money out of you. It is 100%. This is not an accident. It does this by design. 100% gacha is designed to get money, and the people who will suffer most out of it are the people who can't afford it. Because if you can afford it, it's not a problem. If you're making so much bank that you can afford to do gacha like crazy, it's not a problem for you. It affects the people who are affected by the addiction, because being addicted to a gacha does not care about how much money's in your wallet. The addiction to gacha does not care about your wallet. Not as if gacha looks at you, sees how much money you own, and then decides to tone down its addictive statuses. No, everyone gets exactly the same barrage of addictive crap, and whether you can afford it or not is different. I'm just interested to spend money in these games. I've played MTG Arena for like 4 years now, and I never played it with Diamond. Yeah, absolutely. It is very rare when I actually pay any money for a free-to-play game. That's only if I've decided, like, okay, I have gotten a solid amount of fun out of this game, and I don't think you're being a dick about it, I'll pay some money for it. Other than that, no. And that's usually not for gacha type stuff. It's like, I'll pay money for something that I know I'm going to get in return. which again includes things like card packs, is on some level gacha. But again, it's one of those interesting things that basically, and Magic the Gathering was always gacha on some level. Like a Magic the Gathering booster pack has always been a loot box, essentially. It's just been a loot box with more obvious resale value. Yes, yeah, gambling, absolutely. But gacha is a specific kind of gambling. Gambling is a broad term, but gacha is definitely gambling. Which is very funny, because gacha seems to have... Gacha gets less, like, people complaining about gacha than loot boxes do, which is interesting. And you buy some game currency so you can't see pay next box. Yeah. Exactly, but again, like I said, there are several ways to get money out of you. One of them is the second currency system. It breaks the equivalence line. Going spend 2,000 crystals to do a 10 poll is much better visually, and your brain doesn't link it as much as pay $10 to do a 10 poll. It also lets you do things like mismatch amounts. It costs you 2,000 crystals to do a 10 poll, but you can only buy them in 1,800 crystals multiples. So to get 2,000 crystals, you need to buy 1,800 twice, at which point you have 1,600 left over. Might as well buy a little bit more, because I'm only 400 short from the next poll. And that basically, like, if you do that until you have no crystals left, you've basically bought it like 10 times. Anyway, his decision made, Sereno marches forward, Hyzant, and a certain victorious end will justify even the most underhanded means. Yeah. I wonder if this is...
forged with his old friend's name, arrives in the Holy State, and all the pieces begin to move according to Benedict's plan.
I wonder if this is the end that is like... This is like the morally corrupt ending. I bought a steering wheel. Nice. F1 games and stuff of that nature? F1? Need for Speed? Hey, if you do racing games, like a lot of racing games, a racing wheel is awesome. It's like playing... It's like playing a lot of flight sims and eating a flight stick.
Not only Hyzant.
It was absolute dog shit. No, rough. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate.
Yes, they would bring ruin to the Order of Norzelia we worked so hard to build. Minister Tenebris, you must have the Holy One strike them down.
Got a refund. Okay, not too bad.
But of course, House Wolfort must be punished for defying the goddess.
I'm desperate to sneeze, hang on.
Were that I able to chasten them with my own hands. Alas, I am unfit to command. But you, Lord Claris, are a master at assembling the mercenaries and ruffians in the underground arena.
It is only natural for a merchant to have knowledge of battle. He must protect his wares at all costs.
It said it had force feedback, but it didn't. Oh, that's bad. You need force feedback on a good wheel. I don't do a lot of driving games when I have a wheel. But Skimmy has a wheel. Skimmy does a lot of driving games and he's got a wheel. It needs to be good. It needs to be a good wheel. You know, it's one of those things that if it's something you do a lot of and enjoy a lot of, it's worth doing that stuff. And I had to argue for like 20 minutes with a 40-year-old guy who didn't even know how it worked for a refund.
How heartening it is to hear you say that. Now I am certain there is no other who could fulfill my request. Lord Claris, I wish for you to serve me and ride to battle against House Wolfort. You may leave the issue of
I'm fighting Claris, interesting.
You wish for me to command your soldiers?
Our odds are more favorable than you think. You see, I received a letter from a certain someone not days ago. Let us defeat the usurpers of House Wolfort together. Signed by King Roland himself.
King Roland? Truly?
It has the seal of the royal family. I have confirmed it myself to be true.
So King Roland really was overthrown. Were I in his shoes, I would also want revenge against such traitors.
He also wrote that he will spring a surprise attack from behind during the battle.
Oh, with King Roland on our side, House Wolfort won't stand a chance against us. Have you spoke to anyone else of this, Minister Tenebris?
No. You are the only one I wish to share this victory with.
I am happy to hear it. I will do all I can in your service.
Tenebris looks like this Altair from Assassin's Creed. Oh, this entire Hyzant is entirely themed on like the Middle East and stuff like that. Right, what do you got here? Clarus joins forces with Hyzant to get revenge on those who humiliated him. The optional thing first, and then we'll do the exploration bit. And actually, we hope we get our first fight of the day, because I wanted to get at least 2 fights done today, but
when you said
things
you
are
would
dragging
gather
on.
the troops, I had not expected cavalry, Minister Tenebris.
It was the least I could do to ensure our victory. I leave them in your charge, Lord Clarus. Once you defeat Wolfort, a seat among the Saintly Seven will be left open. And I think none more fitting for that place as the Minister of Salt than you, Lord Clarus.
Is Hyzantian supposed to be Byzantine? No, there are a lot of influences of a lot of things everywhere.
You flatter me.
I'm sure that the name is influenced by that as well.
I think your deeds this day may earn you the position of Minister Idor.
Yes. With this victory, I can erase the sins of my past.
Yeah, it's a lot of things are basically grabbed by everything.
Wolfort is coming this way.
Hey, XM.
Are you sure you needn't any aid, Minister Tenebris? I know you wish to lead the vanguard, but House Wolfort is not to be underestimated.
Worry not, Minister Exham. I have given Lord Clarus a certain path to victory.
Yes, you may rest easy.
Understood. Then I leave it to you.
Let us watch Lord Clarus triumph over House Wolfort together.
I pray for your victory. Even should you lose, the goddess's shield will protect us.
Right, okay. House Wolfort begins their faint attack to buy Esros time to beat ready the Death's Knell and shatter the shield.
Archduke Gustadolf and Lord Svarog's armies have left with the cannon.
Oh, there's Lord Svarog, okay.
They should be able to sneak around the city's southern side and make the necessary preparations.
And let us make our move too.
Finally, I'm ready for a fight.
Do not forget, our objective is to draw the enemy's eyes to us and stall for time.
I know. We'll draw their forces to the western side of the shield, while Esfrost readies the cannon to the south.
Are the Crusaders? No, not at all.
And after they blast through the wall, we pour in and take the palace. Right?
Exactly. We must be cautious. King Serenoa, please speak with the soldiers before we depart.
Wander around this
Hearing
place.
their commander's words will no doubt raise their spirits.
I shall.
Wander around this place and get some stuff off the floor. We will make our stand against Hyzant's vanguard here. Erect the barricades. Solidify our defenses. We must not let the enemy win. The final battle with Hyzant is near. I must make sure we are duly prepared. Shinies! Notes on the operation. Whoa, that was notes on the operation of something? Notes on the operation of the Death Knell. Affixing carriage and barrel. Measuring target bearing range and relative elevation. Calculating trajectory, C note. Calculating barrel heading and angle. Loading black powder. Loading shot. Taking aim and firing. Note. Calculating trajectory requires taking into account not only the bearing range and relative elevation, but also wind direction and speed, temperature and humidity. For detailed instruction, refer to the enclosed chart. Fair. More shiny, shiny. That's the other side of the wall. Shiny, 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 shiny. Money. It's a very flat battlefield. No arches required here. Very flat battlefield indeed. Shiny, shiny. Shiny. What a flat battlefield, holy crap. I think I got all the shinies. So I'll work my way from the back to the front then. We've erected the barriers just like Sir Benedict instructed. I really hope this works. I see another shiny. I think. Is there a shiny over here? Yes, there was. No, this is quite flat for a map. There's a coast Nemo. Of course it's flat. We mustn't forget that we are merely acting as a diversion this time. We must bring down the enemy here first, to which end we have installed the barricades. We won't have much time to rest between the battles that lie ahead. We must do our best for the glory of House Wolford. Anna? The enemy knows this land better than we do, but there is nothing for us to hear. We will stall them with defensive tactics and then cull their numbers. It should suffice no matter who comes our way. Never thought I would be fighting an enemy without that Prince Roland by my side. My apologies. I will focus on the battle ahead. Esros is heading towards the shield's southern side, steering clear of the enemy's eyes. It will take some time until they reach their destination, though. I was born in Hyzant. To say I have no reservations would be a lie. I see a shiny over there. But there is no place for emotions on the battlefield. You think love can blow on a battlefield? Luck bracelet, yay. I heard tales about the Salt Iron War, but never imagined to be participating in a battle just as big. And to think we're up against Hyzant, the biggest nation of them all. It's an honor to spearhead the final battle, a feint though it may be. I'm gonna give this one all my all, and my honor is Wolfort. We've joined forces with Esfrost to take down the Holy State. It's almost like the Salt Iron War all over again. Oh yes, that is the parallel we're joining here. If we topple Hyzant, the goddess's teachings will be no more, and we can free my people. I am ready, Sir Noah. We will not lose to them. Okay, we've spoken to everybody. We've grabbed everything I want to grab. Let's go. Hyzantian Sands. Clarus leads the Hyzantian cavalry into battle, never knowing that he has already fallen into Benedict's trap. I think the fight, if I guess the fights are going to be this fight here, attacking the capital, and then fighting off Gustadolf afterwards.
You will rue the day you spurned me. Cavalry, prepare to charge.
The vanguard is led by Claris of the Consortium.
We managed to avoid a battle with their main forces as intended.
Indeed, but their numbers are greater than I anticipated.
Unfortunately so. But Claris anticipates Roland coming to his aid, and has likely let his guard down. This is a perfect chance to cull Hyzant's numbers.
With all due respect, Your Majesty.
Ouch. I know. I shan't let my guard down. This is the first battle of the war. We must demonstrate our might not only to Hyzant, but Esfrost as well. Benedict, Let the soldiers know of this battle's import.
Import.
I shall.
Not import. Import.
Warriors of Wolfort, listen well. This is more than a battle against the holy state of Hyzant. This is a battle against their salt monopoly, their teachings, their consortium. This is a battle against everything that keeps Norzelia chained to the past. This battle will carve the way to a new era, one where we all have salt and all are free. And the leader of that new era will be none other than King Serenoa. Now, draw your swords.
What about a spear?
For a new Norzelia, for His Majesty, King Serenoa. For Norzelia!
What do you mean, Abderrahman?
Soldiers, advance! Strike down the vanguard!
Imported battle? It's because he put the stress. They have no salt. Yeah, we fight over salt. Like the salt is the resource that is fought over in this world. Hyzant is this state that controls all the salt, or at least they did. But now they don't do it anymore, so they kind of wanting to fight everything. Unit placement. Yeah. You're going to be required here. There's a lot of grass around. You're going to be over here. Really? They want Archibald? There's no altitude here. I want to try using different people this time. I want to keep Milo because Milo's helpful. I'm going to take Benedict.
Understood.
Piccoletta, really?
I've got this.
Really, Piccoletta? You're level 19, Piccoletta. It'll take a long time for you to get anything done, but sure, give it a go. But, to be fair, Beric can maybe speak to this more than I can, but I think they've done a pretty good job in making sure that this doesn't really follow any real world thing parallel that closely. Or at least I've missed any real world parallels they've tried to draw. There's like aesthetic theming and there is like stuff like that, but this doesn't really follow anything I can like off the top of my head. I'm sure we'll try Piccoletta out. Piccoletta hasn't seen action for ages. No, that's fine. You haven't been around for the whole time, so it's unfair to expect otherwise. Oh yeah, that's one thing I need to do, isn't it? Actually, I haven't earned the money. Have I got the money for this? One second, let's find out. I earned the money for this. Hi, Lionel. There's all the amulets. Evasion. I can buy 3 amulets. Evasion amulets. You get put onto Milo. Damn. If I ever play it myself, I'll be able to analyze it more closely, but though far nothing has jumped out at me as being an allegory other than the fact that the wars are being fought over resources, as practically all wars are like. Yeah, I think they've done a pretty good job in not making it specifically be one thing over another. Strength bracelets. Not yet, because I want to buy the other one first before I forget. Magic bracelet. That goes to you, I think. And the strength bracelets we have still... Go back and give the strength bracelet to somebody. Have I got Maxwell? I specifically wanted to bring Maxwell. Okay, I've got Maxwell, good. In that case, hang on. Exit placement, use placement, there we go. You, change you, because you specifically need to have the stuff that I gave before. You take Obsidian, no, you take the Black Anklet and you take the Battle of Vitality. So you want to basically, I want to up your stuff. You got that. The magic bracelet you've got. The strength bracelet. Who wants to get the strength bracelet? Good point. You know what? You can take it. Let's give you an immediate Vanguard Scarf, and you can take the Luck Bracelet, because frankly, you need a lot of work. Okay, now let's see, who's in combat right now? So no, you got 2 things. You haven't got anything, and you're specifically here. So can you give you any? Can you give you any? You can take the golden pinky ring. Why the hell not? And Gila, magic ring goes to Gila, so it means you take the. You can take that ring. You take the magic ring off Hosobara. Vitality ring. Okay, so the only thing is the luck ring of you. And I can go to you. Why the hell not? Luck ring. Okay. Oh, I forgot to, I removed someone, didn't I? Who did I remove? Benedict.
The honor is mine.
Right, so what do they got? Almost entire cavalry, in fact. A lot of cavalry. So, Clarus has a whip, has Knight's Bane, of course, is immune to poison, immobility, and death, and condition of death. Coin toss, money talks. You're a taunter. Good to know. You also have 664 HP. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 cavalrymen, all with the same skills, all weak to spears, all gaining strength when they move, and all have a long thrust. And then there's one healer at the end. Okay, so... let's just start fresh. They have to come anyway. Just imagine a medieval battle clowns with maces and a Trojan horse with thousands of battle clowns coming out of the enemy. It would be too trouble. The battle begins.
I shall put an end to House Wolfort's arrogance here and now. They will repent for stealing the throne. Won't those fools be surprised to see who has joined our side?
Clarus looks awfully confident. That can only mean he's fallen into Benedict's trap. But we mustn't get cocky.
Reloaded with the raids! Hello, Raiders! Welcome, brother! Brother! Welcome, Raided! What's up? How was your stream, babe? Hopefully you've done well. You were doing the Dying Light 2, I think. Hey, Sci-Fang! Welcome to chat. Hello, if you don't know me, I'm Nemo. I'm your lovely little captain. Space captain. The second Captain Nemo. And I stream a bunch of different things. Today we're doing some Triangle Strategy. We're doing the very end of Triangle Strategy. We've finished Triangle Strategy 2 times now. We're just doing all the endings. So this is spoiler heavy central for people who actually care about the plot. It was good. I learned that I have limits on how brave I can actually be when fighting big band zombies. I never played 2, but I played 1 quite a bit. I quite enjoyed 1. Alright, Piccoletta. Ready or not, here I come. Decoy. Let's put a decoy out here and see if we can get you to... Okay, let's put a decoy somewhere safe as well, shall we? Let's not put a decoy too far out there, because otherwise it's going to immediately die and it's going to be a bad thing. Our Nemo's cool, he's 20,000 over the sea. 2 is a massive improvement. Ah.
I've still got lots to learn.
His honorable tyranny, Nemo the Greater. How dare you? I'm not a tyrant.
Time to work.
I'm a warning, I forgot a word. It's also 20,000 league, sorry. 20,000 leagues under the sea also is not a measure of depth. It's a measure of length. Because there's not nowhere in the world is 20,000 leagues deep. Or even close to that. Where do you want to go? Go... It's difficult to move around. Take cover. Title revoked. I want to be a tyrant now. Level up. Come on, cavalryman. They're all gonna hurt, to be honest.
Choices.
Oh, hi, Milo. Milo. Basically, moving forward is going to get people killed so fast, it's kind of troublesome. Move here. Can you not destroy one of these? Oh, the barricades have loads of HP. Okay, in which case, start striking barricades just to gain experience. You attack around barricades to gain experience. I wasn't aware the barricades had like 500 health. Huette, again, come over here and just chill, because you've got points to save up. Maxwell. They're doing it for me, to be honest. They're gonna start breaking their own barricades.
Honor of House Wolfort.
Turno, go over there. And again, save up time because we're saving up things.
Hey.
Ah, he actually hit. Versus. I was hoping you'd go for the evade. You'd evade.
There is no mercy on
Benedict. So Dragon Shield. No, do Bulwark on you.
Stay composed.
Oh, lovely.
Please, if they want to spend their TP doing stuff like that, I'm more than happy to let them.
To victory! I love the battlefield.
Let me heal your wounds.
Gila. Again, you could heal Milo, but frankly, I want you to just not use anything right now.
I will end this.
Alright, Frederica, can you hit? That's as far as you can get. Potentially, but we can give you blazing chains. Blazing chains.
Flames, heed my call.
Where's your next?
Piccoletta. You move over here. You can't even toss a ball because... Oh my god, Piccoletta, what is... So I haven't used you because... I guess I need to level you up because frankly, you were a bit crap right now. You've hit level 20. You've hit level 20 so you can actually rank you up at this point.
I still got lots to learn.
Yeah, you do. You really do. Turn decoy.
Ah, right then.
Claris, hi. Anna. Move over there, please. Since the league is 3 miles and the world's only...
Impossible! My turn!
Well, the whole point is that in the book, they travel several times around the world, pretty much.
The hunt is on.
It's the distance they go under water, essentially. We can immediately... Really? It's gonna be that weak? Jesus. That's terrifying.
Victory is ours.
Maxwell. Get over here, Maxwell. You are literally our spear user here. You're designed for this. It is your function. Can you kill this guy? No. If you can get behind him, you could have killed him, but that's not the case. In this case, move over here. Oh, hang on. Wow, completely missed the fact that someone actually turned up. Yeah, you there. Who's next? Who's next? Let's look at it. You're 1. Who's 2? 2 is over there. Who's 3? 3 is the healer. Who's 4? 4 is Serenoa.
Prepare yourself. That went well.
And you're going to be leveling up a lot because you're kind of low. Would you like to be the president of a Basque government?
Where the wolf is cornered.
Okay, so you're gonna go over here, and you're basically gonna, between the pair of you, can kill this guy off. Good. Please, who's next? So, you're 1, who's 2? 2 now is that guy over there, who's 3? That guy over there, who's 4? Is... Okay, you can do this. Get the kill.
Ha! That hit the mark.
Well met. Yes.
More level ups over there. Good. Basque Independence win. Tomorrow. That's the decoy. Decoy doesn't care a crap. Right, you're gonna move over here, and then you're gonna go moon jump over here, highlight.
Think you can catch me?
And then you're gonna go for a range recovery pellet. No, you're gonna go, yeah, you're gonna yourself.
Useless. I've never felt better.
That's nice, Milo. Oh, you said something. Sorry, buddy. I missed it. The coward. Oh, maybe for Piccolo as decoy. Ah, that's funny.
Shall we begin?
Gila. 2 is Benedict. 3 is that guy. Okay, in which case, we're gonna go for a Sanctuary on you two.
I'm behind you.
My thanks.
There is no
Benedict.
mercy on the battlefield.
Raging Beast on Maxwell.
All for victory. I could trust you.
You're gonna go over there. Duet needs to get out of the way.
You won't beat me.
Actually, can we get you to over here? Can you provoke? You go. Actually, move over here. Provoke this one, please. 60%?
Look to my shield.
No such luck. Oh well.
What to do? What
Iris.
to do?
I will end this.
Right. You, hi. Over here. Scorch. Start setting them on fire.
We will make our
Am I
ideas
from the Basque
reality.
country? No.
Let the show begin.
Not particularly. Again, oh, you get to basically do some healing, I think. Unfortunately, you can't. Yeah, you need range frame. Move over here and just basically, again, do a racket. Spank over there. Ah, Beric. Oh, that's fine.
I still got lots to learn.
Right, you. Again, unfortunately, not in a good position to do a lot of stuff here, are you? New. Okay, so you're 1. Who's 2? 2 is that one over there. 3 is that one over there. 4 is the healer who's going to heal this person over here. 5 is Clara. 6 is Huet. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna heal that guy. Figured as much.
I must be vigilant.
Lars, you still gonna come or you're still gonna... Nope,
Battle
okay.
is ours.
Duet. Over here. And you're basically gonna... no, take... How far away can you actually get? As you're safe. Yeah, you go. Much better. In fact, you can do that and you can also go Shadow Stitching Arrow. Hopefully immobilize them. Yep, immobilized.
We win.
And you get the counter hit. Good.
My pride is my shield.
Right. Maxwell, hello. Hi. Triple thrust.
Your defenses crumble, just as I planned.
I'm a trained historian and communist who streams games on Twitch. I know Basque Country has been pushing for independence for a long, long time, and the single native language is not actually written. Yeah, the Basque have been wanting to be independent for ages.
Defeat is not an option.
You're next, but are you going to die to the... I don't know if you're going to die to the fire. It's a good question. Are you die to the fire? I do not know. You're going to delay and strike you. How about that? Stay where you are. If you're going to do that, stay where you are. No, go over there. Delaying strike you.
Wait your turn. That hit the mark.
Ooh, nice critical.
For my
Level up too.
kith kin.
Yay!
That's my turn. Just as I
The
planned.
counter there. Right, you moving over there.
Too obvious.
Missed. Ouch. Immobile.
My turn. Just as I planned.
Let's play.
Right, Gila needs to basically... Okay, you go over here. And can you green mist? Yeah, green mist to get the kill.
Dance poison.
You've left yourself open.
There you go.
I shall try my
Benedict
level
over
best.
here, please. Also give Bulwark to this guy because he needs it right now.
Let us steal our trust you.
Cool heads
Move
shall
over
prevail.
here and also give him a Cure Wounds.
Allow me.
Thank you.
One step closer to our hope.
What is taking King Roland so long?
You won't beat me!
He hasn't figured it out, has he? Bless him. He's not actually figured out that no one's coming. Provoke.
Look to my shield!
Got one of them, really? God damn it, dude.
I will end this.
You're gonna really trapped in a bad place, aren't you? Well, in this case, you need to basically earn back your points, so just...
I'll do my best.
Picoletta, decoy up there.
I did it.
Keep leveling up Picoletta.
Ah, right.
Laris.
My turn.
Right, Anna. You can kill this guy, can't you? Straight up.
I will leave you defenseless.
That should finish him off, I think. There you go.
It's over.
Dead, and you also regenerate. Okay.
You've done it now!
Hey!
Healer.
Here I come.
Right, can you get anyone else over there? No, it's tricky. This group's a bit messy right now. Let me grab. Hang on. I'll move over here. Hi. Then go for a regular arrow on you. Maxwell, hello. Run through would do much damage. Run through would do a bunch of damage to the pair of you, but I would also end up on that side. So I want to be on that side. Ooh. Do you want to be on that side?
Prepare yourself. That went well.
My intent was to become a high school history teacher, but I realized once moving to Germany that no school system ever wants a foreign trained history teacher. Yeah. Maxwell learned Traverse. What is Traverse, Maxwell? Traverse is what? Traverse is... Move to a selected square, then gaining... Oh, basically. Is it just a... I think it's just one of those jump commands. Okay.
From where shall we strike?
Serenoa. Go over here and just delaying strike you. How about that?
Let me return the favor.
Ah, right then.
Claris?
Shall
Nope.
we dance?
We're getting nothing because history is my passion and learning for stuff. All I wanted was a job. Yeah. Unfortunately, there are things that you learn for fun, and there are things you learn because it pays. And unless you're very lucky, they don't tend to do the same thing. 48% chance. Fine, Milo, give it a shot.
Delectable.
You got it. But 2 turns for you? It might be.
This can't be.
I shall try my level best.
Benedict, get over there. And just... I was gonna heal you. You can't heal anyone else, can you? No, you can maybe spend... You got 6 of those. You're gonna do that for yourself, just so you earn some experience.
Let me heal your
If I could go back to school and learn programming, because I can make games about history.
Your wounds are healed.
I'm just getting started.
Damn it, I keep missing. Hang on, so the very first thing he said was... King Rolls already now, where's taking King Rolls? Yeah, so he keeps wondering...
Was this all a ruse by House Wolfort?
Claris looks quite flustered.
Allow me.
Right, you've now learned... Have you learned the skills you need to learn? You know, Blazing Chains this guy? For a lot of damage?
Flames, heed my call.
That all you got?
Right, you... Okay, who's 2? 2 is... Piccoletta. So... Can you get behind? Yeah, get behind, get over here. Slam into this guy's rear.
Together. I'll do my best.
And Piccoletta, basically, I want you to... You're gonna have to use a ranged recovery pellet there, because I want... Ranged large recovery pellet? Is that better? That's better. Just because you're giving him a heal, and you're still leveling up once per turn, essentially.
I will end this.
And you... What about you? You're tempted. Will you prioritize? Des mentioned that they seem to prioritize tempted targets. That has not been my experience. I'm gonna give you 2 hits here, I think. Because that's essentially getting you killed.
It's over. Wide open. I love the battlefield.
And you heal up as well if you do that. Go over here and basically face the wall. Hey, look, it's more. 5 more.
Reinforcements! Give them no quarter!
Claris is well prepared. We mustn't let our guard down.
You do go for that one.
What to do? What to
to do.
I see right through you.
Oh, he got hit, which is no longer tempted. God damn it.
This is unpleasant.
I think triple thrust for the triple thrust. Really? That's unfortunate. Which means if I stood here, I would 100% get the kill on you, wouldn't I? Fine, it's worth it.
Your defenses crumble.
Time to take flight.
Right, Hewitt. Can you... Actually, can you shooting star this guy? Yeah, screw you, buddy. What do I do? This. I do things. I'm a space captain. I thought that was abundantly clear. Oh, you're getting closer. Really? Okay, buddy.
Wait your turn.
No.
Alright, those are coming down.
Impossible.
You've already done.
Choices.
Hey,
Choices.
I'm going to quickly use Restore on... on you, because Gila's about to have a turn.
This will help.
Which means you... guess you're going to go over here and basically going to green miss this guy.
Light as a butterfly.
Let us pry out their
You, unfortunately, can't do much more than just go over here and... can you... If you do two full turn, if you now, you can move Gila right now. If you do two full turn on Gila,
We must move fast.
I shall do what I
then
can.
actually move your own mistake. Cure wounds on you.
Your wounds are. Thank you.
Then you move to there. Then you get two full turn. And then move over here and use haste on yourself.
Make the most of this.
Wasn't a very good use of two full turn, to be
Allow
honest.
me.
Basically, you're the captain. No, my space. If you don't see it, my ship is right there. Kind of late in Spain. Ah, my ship is over there. If you look at the bottom of the screen, my ship is the Nautilus 2. It's at the bottom of the screen. Better if I demonstrate to do my own. Yeah. It's a complicated situation, unfortunately. Go over there and use it on yourself.
For the good of all.
There you go.
Where to next?
Picoletta. Unfortunately, you're still in the same position. Oh, you can hit that guy. Good for it. Go for it. You're not quite hitting 100 experience per turn, but it's getting close.
My turn.
Ooh, Anna. Hit him with a fairy dagger once.
Victory is
And
within
can you-
I feel stronger already.
Can you hit a slumber stab? 63% chance. Give it a go.
Sleep.
Actually, that was a mistake, isn't it?
Sound strike.
Never mind.
Follow my lead.
Alright, boost to Claris.
What to do?
You? How's this?
And taunt. You managed to taunt
I've
you.
been waiting for this.
Alright, cool. You're gonna go over there and you're gonna cast taunt now.
Look to my shield.
Got all of them. Nice. There you go. We can do this.
Ah, me too.
You don't quite die to... You'll die to the counter hit, though.
Me too. Ah!
Right.
This is unpleasant.
Can we do a run through here? we can actually do a run through in an interesting way.
Just as I planned. Too slow.
Interesting counter system there. I like that. Two birds, one stone. I think you have a skill that lets you basically get a TP back if you do interesting things like that. Ooh, interesting. Right, you next. Can I hit? And in this case, let me. I can't do that there. If I can take a step back. No, move to there. Serpent Slayer arrow you.
Just die already.
Alright, Ardor, jeez. They're the 5 new knights as well.
I see right through you.
Right, you're gonna basically charge. Now, do you have a high evasion or was that just unlucky?
This can't be.
Do not underestimate me.
Cool heads shall prevail.
Move over here. Your wounds there.
Your wounds are healed.
You have my gratitude.
Who's next? 2 is Claris. 3 is Milo. 4 is Anna. 5 is... Who's 6? 6 is the healer. So I'm actually going to do this not on you, but on
what to do
after Claris's turn.
Forgive me.
Choices.
How much damage was that? God damn it. Hang on. Battle cry. To you.
Delightful.
Go over there. Can we just green mist you?
Take this. That must have hurt.
Your orders?
I struck true. For the future of House Wolford.
Right, move up to here. Finish you off as well.
This is the end. Just for you.
Let us pry out.
You're over here, and you're going to use a...
Let us reverse our fortunes.
Piccoletta. Don't, just hit something with a racket, please. Give it a racket, just give it a whack with a racket. Not much, but you need to get your TP back.
Let me show you what I've learned.
Now, can we get you with blazing chains, please? Good. Move back this way.
Come at me.
Can you bash you?
Away.
Ouch! I see right through you. Ow! Here I come.
Right, so you are going to take a step back again, and you're going to basically make sure this guy dies.
Die already.
I will fight to my last breath.
Not going for Serenoa. Interesting.
I must be vigilant.
Back at you.
Close, but not
Yes.
quite. Efficiency is key.
Okay, that's finally
Cool
disappeared.
heads shall prevail.
Sheila, you're going to Sanctuary
For
here.
one and all, I appreciate it.
I will end this.
Anna.
Now what to do?
Milo over here. Green mist on you.
Light as a butterfly. Ever more lovely.
I'll do my best.
Piccoletta, move over here, and then decoy up here.
Whoopsie! I did it!
Keep leveling up.
I shall try my level best.
Benedict, over here, please. Now, on you.
Preparation is key.
Because then you basically get the kill, I think, here.
Allow me. Yeah.
How much XP do you have left? 28. I don't know if that's enough just a poison to finish you off, so we'll make sure.
Just for you.
And we'll move you there.
I fight for peace.
You can do a scorch there.
With the powers in me. For a better world.
You won't beat me!
You go over there.
Ah, right then. This may hurt.
No. Not here.
Haha. Resurrection earring.
I shall do what I can.
Gila, who needs healing? Technically Milo. Can you get healing in Milo? You do.
Your wounds are healed.
Yes, this will do.
My growth is plain to see.
Hey! Here I come.
Right, you. Shadow stitching arrow on you. Is that possible? No, for some reason. Why not? There you go, that's better.
Take aim.
Immobilized? You can't do anything?
Close, but not quite.
Yeah, get back over here. You go over here, in fact. Over here and use sweeping slash to get both of them.
Now I end this.
Time to work.
Can you go in tandem? In tandem? Make sure. Get the kill. You're gonna go over here and you're gonna double hit this. Deadly Blaze, in fact. Hell yeah. Deadly Blaze.
I will leave you defenseless.
Sound strike. How cute.
Followed by Fairy Dagger.
Ha! Victory is within reach.
Wow, double miss there, Milo.
From where shall we strike?
Go over here and. I mean, Sleeping Slash isn't going to kill it, right? No. So it's delaying strike. Will a Hawk Dive kill you? A Hawk Dive will kind of kill you. 76. So if I move from over here, it'll be 86% chance to kill you. The alternative, if I move over there and delaying strike you, moves you to 8. Who's on 8? Who's no, I think I'm gonna go for the Hawk Strike on you. I'll do.
Let's play.
Get a kill on you.
You're open.
And you're down. And go over there and pick that up.
Let the show begin.
Piccoletta. Ball toss you.
Ready, set.
Yeah, you finally sort of caught up level-wise.
I shall try my level best.
How do you? Lovely. Well, Bulwark. You, why the hell not?
Let us steel our defenses.
Allow me.
Stay right there.
This works.
I must be vigilant. This is for the have-nots.
I've been waiting for this.
It's haunted him again. Start moving up now.
I shall do what I can.
Everyone here is kind of safe, so we're going to start moving up.
The hunt is on.
You can actually move over here and get a shot if you can.
Take aim.
Missed.
Time to work.
Right, Anna, move up.
Very good. Ah, right then.
This
A
may
wasted
hurt.
effort.
Missed. Aha, funny.
Let's play.
Right, Milo, move over here. Moon jump to you.
You won't know up from down.
I mean, Heart Stealer on you. 60%.
Behave.
Yep, that works.
Where to next?
Nicoletta, move up to there. You move up to here and get it. Keep hitting things.
I see a path to victory. A brief rest.
You have my thanks. I will end this.
Federica, can you get a good hit off? Can you do a blazing? Can get a good scorch off there, I think. No, take it. Hang on, wait. Use a healing. You do a healing thing. Light healing thing, so you earn some GP and get some experience as well.
Come at me!
You're gonna go over here, and you can't quite. You could King Shield, it's not gonna do anything for you. In this case, just move over there.
Let me heal your wounds.
Sheila. Who needs healing? No one really. You're level 28 anyway. For a split second there, when you went specifically to hit what's name at the same time, I was not happy.
Ah, right then.
Wow.
Claris, I knew you would join hands with Hansa.
Going for the decoy.
Once I defeat your lord, the last seed of the Saintly Seven shall be mine.
You have yet to realize your strings are being pulled by another. What a fool you are.
Enough! I shall be the victor here, not you!
Your orders?
Anna?
Victory is within reach.
Sadly, we're not quite Deadly Blaze level yet.
I never expected to be brought this low with Minister Tenebris's cavalry.
Oh, so no, can I get the hit in?
Together. Victory is within reach.
Oh, good use.
You've left yourself open.
You're gonna chase you down, boy.
I'll do my best.
Technically, you're still there for another turn, so can you go over here and then get another ball toss in? Yes, technically, yes. I think. But you missed.
Choices.
Hi, Milo. Heart Stealer 42. Hey, you know what? Do a moon jump over the head,
Think you can catch me?
and then do a hit. See if you can scare him to go back this way.
I shall try my level best. A brief respite.
Allow me.
Frederica's like, I'm trapped here, but I don't really care, because things hurt super duper hard right now. Look how much damage you do standing in fire.
Stay right there.
Come at me!
Go stand over there, and
Our stratagem is superior.
Didn't account for this. This may hurt.
thank you for taking it out, being a coin
Cool
toss
heads shall prevail.
on that. That was very beneficial. Thank you very much. Cure wounds on you.
Your wounds are healed.
Much appreciated.
The hunt is on.
In fact, Shadow Staging Arrow would be nice.
Take aim.
Missed again.
How cute.
So did I read that right? Was that a...
You're open. Time to work.
Ooh, hang on. It's funny. That would be the kill. With Sereno getting the final... No, technically Anna would get the final hit, but I'll take it.
This is the end.
You've left yourself open.
I was played for a fool and lost my composure. I no longer deserve the title of merchant. So this is the end of our era.
We done? No, we have to finish the fight. Okay, in which case you move over here. Can you throw poison? Is that possible? No, because Gila's in the way. In that case, can you go over here? No, you cannot. Oh, you can, but it's not going to do anything.
From where shall we strike?
Saranoa?
This ends
You've
here.
made a grave mistake.
Ready or not, here I come!
Now what to do?
We're gonna green mist you as well, because the poison is required at this point.
Ever more lovely.
I fight for peace.
You get your Scorch with you? Nope. You can get a Pillar of Fire on you, can I? No, we're too short for that as well. Tisk tisk.
I see a path to victory. Stay composed.
Come at me!
There's a bunch of stuff that they can just do over and over again.
I shall do what I can.
A bunch of things they can just do over and over again to get experience while we wait for the end here. All that's left is that last fight.
Battle is ours.
I won't miss.
Priest accuracy. There you go, 100%.
Yeah, just for you.
My turn. This'll hurt. This'll hurt.
From where shall we strike?
Saranoa, move over there and do Under Conviction's banner.
Unite under the Wolfort banner.
Might as well. You got time.
Delightful. I'll do my best.
Hang on. Have I still got... No, I was gonna say if I had the one that lets me bypass their turn entirely. Ooh. Decoy time.
I did it!
Level up too. Nice. Can you even heal yourself? Not
Let me
really.
show you what I've learned.
Shall we dance?
We're gonna block you in and not actually do much. We're gonna Blue Knight you, steal your TP.
How's this?
Let us
We're gonna block you in and not attack. How about that? We're gonna make sure you die to Sunfall.
This should do.
I shall do what I can.
Might as well cast Wondrous Light. There's no reason not to do it. Get experience.
For I am by your side.
And Piccoletto, which is just amusing. Should have done with Maxwell though. Maxwell is a bit of a shame to lose the extra experience.
Here I come.
Focus.
You won't beat me!
Eridor, just go on the attack, why not?
I'll give it all I've got.
Your orders?
Anna can just go take cover.
Shadows conceal me.
For the honor of House Wolf.
You go over here and do shielding stance because you get no experience.
I won't yield an inch.
Ready or not,
Piccoletto,
here I come!
you can't do much, can you? Voltos would actually not kill you. That's fine. Thankfully they didn't get the kill either, and you don't get to do much there. There you go.
Consume you.
That's a win. It just set fires everywhere as well. Yeah, set fires everywhere. Overkill much, but as long as if we're going to be able to do another battle today. Medal of Valor. I think I can finally take Piccoletto to level 2, to veteran now.
I am pleased to report that Clarus's army has been defeated.
Good. Now the enemy will concentrate all their power on us.
Benedict, please rest. There are no signs of the enemy nearby. They remain wary, watching us from afar.
There is no time to rest.
I concur. Minister Exham's army is likely our next opponent. We must prepare to intercept them.
Please wait, Your Majesty. Benedict has barely slept since Prince Roland's departure, even if just a moment.
Anna, our feint is not yet finished. We haven't the leisure of resting.
Leisure.
I will be ready shortly.
Good. Anna, help Benedict.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we're heavily waving the Benedict is gonna die flag now.
It looks like it was too big a task for Clarus after all.
It shouldn't have ended like this. King Roland was meant to attack from behind.
King Roland? What are you talking about?
I received a letter from His Majesty asking us to strike at House Wolfort together.
A fraud, without a doubt. Likely sent by the strategist, Benedict.
No, it cannot be. It was sealed with the royal band.
That tactician could even forge the royal seal if he wanted to. And one truly hoping to strike down Wolfort would not beseech a man so incompetent as you for help.
Yet they did, and you believed them without a second thought.
But
Now Glenbrook has successfully taken the initiative.
I care not if Clarus perished. The loss of so many cavalry is a hard blow to our forces.
Please, Minister Idor, give me a chance to make this right.
You have failed. Do you really think you deserve a second chance?
Minister Tenebris, I should let you know you were not the only one to receive a letter in secret. But the one I have claims you were involved in trading illicit salt and operating an underground arena for profit.
Please, forgive me.
That is for the Holy One to decide. The Hierophant must know of this turn of events. Let us return to the palace together. Minister Exham, I leave the city's protection in your capable hands.
Understood. I shall crush House Wolfort.
May the goddess be with you.
I was expecting the last fight to be against Gustave. I don't think it's going to happen now. I think the second fight's going to be against Exham, and the third fight's... I wonder if Idor is always the last boss. No matter what playthrough you go through, Idor is always the last fight. I guess it doesn't make sense for that to be the case if you pick the Hyzan route. Now, give me a moment so I can actually go into the things to level up some people, then we'll call it there.
Esfrost's cannon is a new weapon devised to destroy the goddess's shield, the ramparts that protect the Hyzantian capital. Readying the cannon, however, takes time. The dangerous duty of distracting Hyzant's forces long enough to take aim and fire falls upon House Wolfort. Benedict uses his cunning to divert Minister Tenebris and the merchant Clarus, successfully drawing the enemy forces away from their target.
Wheresoever passions lead. My posture wasn't great.
How fares the campaign, Minister Idor?
The Wolfort forces felled our vanguard.
I am unsurprised. Minister Exham or myself really ought to have accompanied them.
Have mercy. Please. I am sorry.
You acted foolishly, Minister Tenebris. but Wolfort is not easily defeated even by wiser men. Our dear Minister Exham has had his own fair share of troubles, as capable as he has proven himself thus far.
And he never loses a battle. Is House Wolfort truly so formidable a foe?
Hydrate me.
Indeed. All thanks to that conniving tactician of theirs.
Well then, we should send the soldiers stationed around the capital to Minister Exham's aid.
No. We do that, and we leave ourselves vulnerable.
Any enemy that dares attack us will break upon the goddess's shield. Right now, our highest priority must be Wolfort's sound defeat.
Agreed. Still, we do not want to leave ourselves completely defenseless. Minister Lila, you know what preparations
More
must be
automatons.
made.
You cannot mean to use the automaton.
Not unless the situation grows desperate. Minister Tenebris
I wonder what
will
automaton
aid
we
you,
find this
of
time.
course.
I wonder if it's going to be a different automaton every time.
Of course.
Because when you were in Frederica's ending, the automaton was the horses. The horses were the automatons.
Wolfort's forces have defeated our soldiers on the shield's western rampart.
No! Impossible! Calm yourself. We still have the goddess's shield and the Saintly Seven's core to protect us.
Minister Exham himself is about to sally forth with the bulk of his forces. The shield soldiers are to rally at the western rampart and support Minister Exham from there.
Understood. Quickly now!
The automaton has the power of plot device. It's whatever it needs to be. The plot device. Yeah, it's true, but it's interesting that it's a different thing every time. Or so far, we've seen it twice. It's been a different thing twice. I wonder if it's going to be a different thing every time.
Report back to the Archduke and House Wolfort.
And also, I think we asked this question last time. It's like, I wonder if all these universes are... How close are they? Like, does the automaton from the Golden Route actually exist in this route? Or was the automaton from this route actually the automaton was the horses? They actually meant horses. Anyway, let's quickly watch. That's the Piccolettas. Okay, that's actually new because we haven't actually done Piccolettas for ages. So let's listen to this one. We'll level up Piccoletta, then we'll level up someone else who needs leveling.
Wow. The stars are so
I think we have seen this one before, haven't we?
They're always so bright, no matter where I go.
I think we have seen this one before.
You were in a circus, right, Piccoletta?
Yeah, we have seen this one before. So I'm gonna skip through it. Basically,
But when the work, even the poor
yeah. Basically, she wants to reform the circus because the circus she was in kind of disbanded with the war. Quite a nice story for Piccoletta. Right. Let's do encampment stuff. Then I'll save. Then I'll call it there, and we'll be back next week. There was way more plot than I was expecting, which is weird. But that's kind of what happened last time. You know, we kind of figured it was going to be... It was 2 weeks to do Frederica's ending. It's going to be 2 weeks to do Benedict's ending. And we'll see if we get around to doing Roland's or not. I'll be honest with you, I'm not in the mood to do Roland's. Roland's ending's the one I'm least interested in. Oh, so Idor is Minister of Religion now, I see. Oh, he and I have history. Right, so we're going to promote... Where are you? Piccoletta? There you go. We can promote you to... Oh, you level... You automatically became an elite. Or you were an elite before, it was just irrelevant. Switch places with your clone. I thought you weren't. Oh, yeah, the only person who wasn't an elite originally was Rudolph. At least we'll be able to test your theory that Roland is just being single-minded of his hatred of Gustav's role, rather than believing his bullshit plan. Yeah. Right, so we can promote one person up. What do you get again? Remain calm. What's remain calm? You cannot be silenced, feared, and tempted. That's less relevant, isn't it? Some things I forgot though is that actually Benedict is quite tanky. Benedict gets up to 37 physical defense, considering that basically Eridor is at 40. Benedict is the second tankiest person in the core team by a considerable margin. Sight set. What else did we bring? I'm gonna forget. We pick a letter. Maxwell. Hi, Maxwell. What have you got for me? Revive. You get an auto revive? Intriguing. I'm interested in. You know what? Let's make you the Divine Spear. See what you need to get to get your ultimate skills as well.
Hard effort grants a boon.
Because we lost our spear user with Thingub, so I'm kind of interested to see what happens with you. Okay. What do you need here? Also, where's Milo? Milo. Yeah, you can make tempt better up there as well. Right, where's Maxwell? Maxwell, hello. So what do you have here? You have accuracy, speed, max HP, magic defense, increases damage when exploiting weakness, which will be huge versus cavalry, actually. That would have been very helpful for that fight. What do you need here? You need Electrum. Do you have any Electrum to be purchasing? Electrum? Alright. Let's give you your tier 3 spear. The Gungnir 3. You're not very inventive with your names, are you? So, high jump. Jump to select a square, then deal damage to all enemies within range. Sure. Quality iron. Okay, do you have quality iron? So I at least want to get that as well, because that's going to be useful for you. We're also going to buy a bunch of recovery pellets. And just some quality iron. Can't buy all of it, we can buy a couple of it. There you go, damage to you. Okay. Okay. Right, we'll save. And we'll call it there for now. So next weekend we'll carry on with this. Like I said, I don't think I'm around the Saturday after that, but if we need to carry on with this, I want to finish this off before I do, before I start Pathfinder, and I don't want to delay Pathfinder any longer than I have to because I've been waiting so long to start it. So, if I can't do, not next Saturday, the Saturday after that, I'll do the Sunday instead. And I will find a way that we will do all of them. I'll find a way to do all of them before we start Pathfinder, because I want to start Pathfinder, but I also want to do all of them. Yeah, Sunday streaming. It might be required, because not this weekend. So not next weekend, but the 24th, I'm not around on the 24th. And the 1st should be the first stream of Pathfinder, so if next week we finish Benedict's playthrough, I might have to find some time between the 17th and the 1st to do the required amount of streams needed for to finish off Roland's, because I want to see them all now. I definitely want to see them all now. Anyway, folks, that's me done for tonight. Anything new? Monday, I think we're doing more Played Up, I assume, Beric? I've heard nothing to the contrary. I assume the Played Up plans are still up for Monday. Wednesday, again, Gloomhaven. Should everything be going on? Again, I don't foresee any plans going astray on Wednesday, so Wednesday should probably be Gloomhaven. Friday next week we'll be back to the Star Traders. Then Saturday next week will be Triangle Strategy. Anything new? I've started putting out new series. We're doing some Orcs, and we're doing some more Tales, and I put out an episode today of a new game called The Wandering Village, which I find is quite sweet as well. I do like my colony builders, my little city simulators, my colony builders, and Wandering Village has a lovely art style and a theme that I just quite enjoy. So I put that out today, as well as carrying on stuff. Also, today was the final video of Sanctus Reach came out today. Today was the finale of Sanctus Reach. We are done with Sanctus Reach. I'm taking in more of a break of 40k videos for the time being. We might do something when like Darktide comes out or something. But yeah, that's me done for today. Is anyone around for raiding purposes? Because as we know, Saturday is not a great day for raiding. Not a lot of people stream on Saturday. I saw that. I need to watch it and see if I can offer a title. Sinless, Kaine. I haven't raided Sinless for a bit. I can go raid Sinless. Raid Sinless Moon. Sinless Moon is doing some Blood Bowl. So that is your Warhammer content. Some Blood Bowl. I will catch you all on Monday with more Played Up. Watch the stuff on YouTube if you haven't, and let me know if you want to carry on with any of that. And I will see you all on Monday, folks. Take care of yourselves. Have a lovely weekend. Thank you very much again for Reloaded for the raid. My brother from, I guess, the same mother. And I'll catch you all on Monday. All the new people who turned up with the raid, thank you again. And I'll see you then. Bye-bye.